Fam, here we are, getting down the stretch. And unlike the Rams, 80 Rams fans, are you home today? Understand you just shut down Aaron Donald. In fact, to be honest, Aaron Donald's never been injured in his entire career. That is amazing. Here's now, though, and with his exit, go the Lamb. I don't know what to call the Lambs anymore. Well, the young refugee likes them. Anyway, you guys are so done. I mean, you are done. It gives me great pleasure. You are done. You guys are still welcome to come in here and hang out. You could be our refugees with our other resident refugee. I just had to get that in there. Fam, though, we got our own issues. MIA, a possible situation for the 49ers coming up this Sunday. Ooh. This is that game, fam, in week 13 of any football season. Injuries are usually what is defining the prowess of any particular franchise at that particular time, because this is a game of attrition. If you can't stand the heat, then you got to get the hell up out the kitchen. And, that's how many times have we been thrown out of the kitchen early in the season, right? The 49ers versus Dolphins game has been one of the most anticipated games of the season. We all circled it. I even said, oh, my God, after they assembled all that talent, I said, oh, my gosh, those guys are scary. But you know what? Just like I just said about injuries, how do you lose your right and left tackle? For a quarterback that's having a great year, he needs his tackles. Remember Mahomes? He lost his tackles in the Super Bowl. Hey, beat his little ass up and down that field all Super Bowl Sunday. With the defense that's very similar to ours. Oh, I don't want to get too crazy ahead of myself here. I'm just saying, it makes a difference when you got the wrong people injured. Anyway, this game has also been considered a possible Super Bowl preview. I know some people said, Ronbo, man, come on, man. Because Raider folks I know, come on, man, don't start tripping, man. Because you start talking like that, man, I feel like we need to commit you to some kind of institution for an examination, get you on some medication. I don't need no medication. These two teams have proven that they are worthy, okay, Raider fans? Key injuries that are pending on this particular week, though, may concern running backs Christian McCaffrey. He's got a sore knee. He didn't practice today, and the loss of Elijah Mitchell during the Saints game, possibly for the rest of the season. Not good. The duo had already established themselves at one about. Ooh, they were good together because Elijah could bump between them tackles in a heartbeat and get you that first down. Christian McCaffrey was like a cobra out there on the field. He could strike suddenly at any time. And suddenly you remove them from the equation, and suddenly we become a little less dynamic. But you know what? Let's see what happens. Christian might play, though. Tonight we'll go to the phones, though, to hear about your level of confidence that remains in the Niners with what we currently know about the players that may be missing come Sunday. And by the way, fam, who said if Nick Bosa has a pulse, you're concerned? If he walks past you in the parking lot, you're concerned. He's one of the better players in the entire NFL. You could easily argue many people have, and I think a lot of teams that have played him have, and that is that he's the best pass rusher in the NFL. It was Mike McDaniel sitting and looking as if his world was about to come to an end. Be Mike McDaniel for a minute, will you? Think about that. All right, even with his best tackles out there Sunday, Nick Bosa was going to be a pain in the ass. Now you take some rookie or some other guy, some whatever out there, and you put him on the other side of Tua, who, by the way, cannot take a lot of shots. Mike, you know what? I don't want Tua to get hurt. I mean, do your best. They're going to get him. I guarantee you they're going to get him. But, I mean, I hope they don't hurt. I don't want to see him get hurt, though. But anyway, that's Mike McDaniel showing his concerns about Nick Bosa, but he doesn't know about the other guys. He's not worried about them, I guess. He's not. If Eric Armstead comes back, he needs to worry about that entire defensive front, which is where every better defense starts. It's what goes on up in front, and this is what Chris Kasurik's philosophy is. I start from the snap of the ball. The point of impact, we created an explosion. That dynamic explosion should create opportunities for my secondary. Oh, and D'Amico, enjoy him, fam. This could be our last year with D'Amico. That's too good a talent not to run his own club. Damn it, I don't want that to happen, though. It's a selfish thing, okay? I want to be his life. I wish him well. He's done good things for us, but I don't want him to leave. Please, D'Amico, don't leave. Women's opposite. You see him dragging us by the feet as he's walking. I got to go. Y'all got to let me go. Let me go. Fam, Christian McCaffrey played through some knee irritation on Sunday against the Saints. As you probably heard by now, Coach Shanahan didn't sound too concerned about the injury after the game, but Coach said CMC would miss the first practice of the week as the team preps to host the Dolphins at Levi Stadium on Sunday. And I said, what did you say? Shanahan told reporters before today's practice, quote, he just felt something in it during the game, some irritation, unquote. A reporter asked if there was any concern about his availability for this weekend. And Shanahan went into this long, dramatic pause, looked at his injury sheet before he responded. Half an hour later, he finally looked up and said, it's keeping him from going today, so I hope not. Kyle, okay, Fim, maybe it's my imagination, but when Kyle acts like that, I get worried, okay? I'm already worried that when he acts like that, Christian's not going to play. Damn it. Maybe not. I don't know, but I just don't feel good. When he acts like that, I know what he's thinking. I know what he's doing. And Charles Amin, who also missed today's practice, he also has deals with another knee irritation. Is this a new term for the 49ers locker room? When we get hurt, we all have, it's usually high ankle sprain. It's calves. We get injuries like viruses. One guy won't get it. Remember the high ankle sprain year, right? Then we had the calf year. Now we have knee irritation. Why can't we just catch a cold or something like that, like everybody else, and just let that take a couple of antibiotics and get rid of it? No. We got to have these things that. About a minute ago, Shanahan said, quote, he was sore after the game. It's still sore, so we've got to be careful with it. The encouraging news of the week is that Eric Armstead, who doesn't play or hasn't played, that's an unquote, by the way. The encouraging news of the week, though, is that Eric Armstead, who hasn't played since week 4 due to foot and ankle injuries, returned to practice last Friday, but was inactive on Sunday against the Saints as they kept trying to march in and weren't able to do that. Oh, when the Saints get knocked back down. I got to work on that. Oh, when the Saints. It's in the past, though. Armstead could be on the field this weekend against the Miami. Eric will need to get through this week's practice before the 49ers clear him to play, though. That's the way it goes. Eric was limited during today's workout. Deebo Samuel is dealing with a quad injury and is also expected to be limited. Anytime you get into week 9, 10, 11, sometimes earlier, Deebo's legs are going to have to be a part of whatever you're thinking. So I'm starting to think Deebo's starting to learn to work with what do you call it? Ball tires? I mean, Deebo's always got a wheel that's having a problem. So, but he continues to work. He did a good job last week, actually. Well, he always does a good job, though. Guard Spencer Burford, who suffered an ankle sprain on Sunday, warmed up with the team to see if he could indeed make it through practice, was a limited participant, but seems it's going to be Daniel Brunskill this Sunday from the way Kyle's talking. Jimmy Garoppolo, he was pretty sore on Monday, and I'm not talking about angry because of the guy who tackled him, but the knee was kind of sore after taking a hit to his knee from Saints defensive lineman Malcolm Roach the day before. Coach Shanahan was hopeful J.J. would feel good enough by Wednesday practice, and it sounds like he did make it today, so it looks like Jimmy's going to be okay. J.G. is expected to be a full participant for the rest of the week and play this Sunday in spite of the fact that, Mike McDaniel's going to know everything. He's going to have a whole manual on how to stop Jimmy. And that's it. Here's the thing, though, fam. You and I both know, if you watch the Dolphins, they play, it's the same, if you put uniforms on both teams, you wouldn't know which one was which are the real 49ers and which are the Miami team. They do exactly the same things. I said so, they cut up the middle of the field. That's all timing routes. And every now and then they'll blast one downfield. But you see, they've got, in Shanahan's offense, when you've got guys like Waddle and Tyreek Hill, our guys are all about knock the bejesus out of you. If you get in the way, I'm coming through. With Tyreek Hill and Waddle, it's like miss, and I'm gone. That's the difference. 49ers are being touted now as one of the best tackling teams, if not the best tackling team in the league this right now. So you know what? This is an interesting, man, it's an interesting. You look at these teams; they're opposite. They're doing exactly the same thing, but they've got the opposite type of weapons, right? You got Jawan Jennings out there. Jimmy says he's one of the best route runners. When he breaks out of his route, I know he's going to be there. Jawan Jennings even said, "Yeah, I came out my route. I looked up, and the ball was already up in the air." That's trust. Risky, but that's trust. Actually, that got him in trouble against, as I say, Ray. Jimmy put that ball. You know what? Your receivers have got a job to do. I understand what Jimmy's doing, but at times, if he hasn't had any turnover in a while. From what I understand, that turnover that he had just last week, that everybody won't get over because it was almost a 90. Anyway, that was Ray being knocked off his route by a defensive back or something like that. But anyway, got flagged on that for doing that. So the chemistry is getting crazy good with the 49ers. So we'll see what happens this week because I know if we're not going to be able to run a lot, but the injuries are going to be playing a role this week. But as I said, we're not the only ones injured in this game. If you had to pick between losing your two running backs versus your right and left tackle, which would you choose? I'll take the running backs. I'm just saying that because that's our situation. I got more running backs. Unfortunately, we got rid of a running back that we had that we could have used this weekend, and we sent him to Miami. And as if what had things like that come back and bite you in the ass. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's put on my ears here. Oh, man. You can tell I got a lot of nervous injuries. Yeah, I'm scared to friggin' death. Because the Niners got this thing going on now where they're not supposed to. They're the best defense. They're putting goose eggs on everybody's scoreboard. I mean, you guys ain't playing nobody. I know, but you know what? We'll see about that this weekend and see if the 49ers are just a big fake that have been playing a lot of candy butt teams. I don't believe it. Z, the dark one, get in here. Z, man.
The dark one is here.
Z, the dark one. We appreciate your arrival. Listen, Z, we're concerned about the injuries we got. Are you concerned?
As of right now, no, I'm not concerned. I'll say once we see the final practice, the final walkthrough Saturday, that's when I start getting a little nervous. But as of right now, I'm not nervous. Right now, I just, we just going through the stages right now.
Yeah. You got TDP. A lot of times Kyle doesn't play people that should be playing. Now I'm thinking Jordan Mason. Okay, how did I mix it up? Jordan Mason. I like what I see in him. His teammates have made a big deal about him. TDP apparently is not doing a good job on special teams because, look, if you came in here, we drafted you, but listen, you need to work. So I'm thinking if, God forbid, if Christian McCaffrey can't play, that's our tandem, right?
Yeah, I do understand because you got not only Christian, you got Mitchell out, so that does looks a little scary. But like I said, I have faith. I think something's going to turn up to the point where we whoever we put out there is going to put on the show for that position. You know what I mean?
I do. And this defense is not as treacherous. And people still refuse to give the Saints any credit for that defense. Miami's defense ain't as tough as the Saints. Not when they're full strength like they were this past week, and they were. So I'm looking forward to this, see what they do.
I think Jordan Mason is more capable of handling for one game or for one half. You know what I mean?
I do, and I agree.
I think he's itching to get on the field to put some film together. He's itching, and I feel like the little sample size we saw of him was good enough to let him know, like, yo, listen, this might be you this week. This might be all you. You got it? You know what I'm saying? Earn your spot, earn your keep, earn your dinner.
You know, though, Coleman's going to play this week. There's no way Kyle's going to come out there without a vet. What he's going to bring? He's going to be all three of them are going to be out there, but Coleman's going to be out there, and I got a feeling he'll start.
Did we elevate Coleman off the practice squad?
He will be. My prediction. It's not official.
Eventually, yeah.
I'm just saying.
But let's talk about that Elijah Mitchell situation, man. That's another hurt piece for the same situation with the other leg, the other knee. Now we got to wait another 4 to 8, like 6 to 8. Excuse me.
Can you imagine the frustration he's going through? You know, I mean, he's a ball player. He's not going to give up. But can you imagine? I got to fix this knee, and I got to hurry up. So that means I got to go 6, 7, 8 hours and sleep for 12 hours a day in order to heal up fast. Whew, man, rough.
Because that dynamic duo, we started to see something.
Ooh,
but I'm glad. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm glad that they didn't show too much to the point where when he does come back, we're gonna need that in the playoffs. Definitely, we're gonna need that with 100% in the playoffs. We're gonna need those two running backs healthy and going back and forth, just in case Jimmy can't get it out there. You know what I mean?
And you know something else too, but with this guy Mitchell, Mitchell came back day one, looking like he's been playing all season long. That boy don't need no time to get ready. I said, Elijah, first game, 89 yards. And he look at me, he look easy. God. So, yeah, whenever he comes back, we will be fine.
Get your rest, get healthy. See, to be honest with you, I don't even want them to bring Armstead back this week. Let him sit out for the week. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's doing practicing, but let him sit out and then we bring him back. We don't want to rush none of our healthy players right on the field for a game that we really wouldn't matter to us. I mean, every game matters, but
Miami, it's a Dolphins. So you don't think this game matters?
No, the game matters, but I'm just saying, like, the only time it really gonna matter is when it's the big
later
one.
on.
If we know the Dolphins again, then you really, you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. I need Armstead to get back up to speed though, because he's going to be a little not Armsteadish yet. I need him to get a couple of games in because to wipe Florida out for the next 2 weeks would be a huge plus. And I want that defense to just develop a swag that teams are afraid to try anything. They probably already are.
You got a point there. You got both Florida's teams. Let's put a statement out there. Let these people know that we're not contenders. We are the ones. Like, we're not the team that's just gonna come and get there and lose. No, we're gonna take it. So what other way to do it is to beat two Florida teams, correct?
And that's the best. Boy, that is the best. You wipe them out, and there's no place in the NFL you can go to scare people.
Let's make it happen, Rambo. Dark times. So. The dark one is here. The dark one's gonna always be here. Let's make it happen. 49ers. Let's go to Miami. Or they coming to us. Let's beat these Dolphins. And that's all I got to say, Ronbo.
I'm gonna tell you what. Darko, you said a lot. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna see you Friday. Bring your score. Think about it, and we'll see you then. All right, fam.
Dark one always come back. Dark one out.
All right, fam. You know, I got a kick out of Dre Greenlaw. They ask him in his presser. So, do you guys know your identity? Dre didn't know. At first, it seemed like he didn't know what to say. Best defense in the league. Oh, Dre, good answer, baby. Chill, Phil, get in here, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Oh, Phil, I'm anxiety ridden as I always am by midweek because
stop.
Stop
it.
Make me feel
stop
better, Phil.
It.
That's why I'm glad
we're gonna win.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey's gonna play. He went through the walkthrough. You don't put him through the walkthrough. He's not gonna play.
It's a waste of time.
And Armstead's gonna play.
Who?
And we're gonna win this game.
Wait, what was that second name you mentioned? McCaffrey and who else? Armstead.
And Armstead.
Good.
Armstead's gonna play too.
Because he needs to get going.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game for us. We're going to show the world we should be the number one in the power rankings.
Yeah. Phil, they're going
Right, Ronbo?
to. I agree, but they're going to say, well, the Dolphins didn't have their tackles. I mean, even if we beat them, we're not going to get any love for it.
I don't
But
care.
we got to beat them.
Everybody's injured this time of year.
Damn right.
How many times have we gone in and just said we're injured, and nobody took that in consideration?
No pity whatsoever.
Screw them.
Damn right. It's football.
Come on, Ronbo. Everybody's injured. Oh, poor marketing pro. His team's injured.
But they're wiped all the way out, Phil. It's hilarious. I mean, I'm talking
the
whole board across. They're just cleaned out.
Ronbo, the three most worst franchises going forward are the Denver Broncos, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Los Angeles Rams. Both in salary cap, no draft choices to replenish them, and a bad roster. They're done for decades.
We call that karma.
Phil, Chris Hansen
man.
says they're tanking for
Look at their
2037.
salary cap situation. They've got 6 guys taking up all the money.
Yeah.
They've extended those salaries way out in the future. They can't possibly play that long. And they have no draft choices.
F them picks.
Hello?
Oh.
Come on, they're done. Even when we've traded for Trey Lance, right? Everybody said we traded our future away.
Mm.
And we traded for McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And all those payments are done after this next draft. And we still, in this next draft, have 2/3, 2/5, a 6th, and 2/7. And if we lose our defensive coordinator, we get 4/3 the next year.
Yes. So see, this is what you call managing with intelligence. They don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our management has managed this thing totally. I mean, we're in great shape. And the other thing is McCaffrey's going to play. They're losing their tackles. I'm looking for Bosa to have a big game, especially with Armstead in the middle.
Whoa.
I just think, you know what? And the other thing, Mason, I like him in there, especially when we get 1st and goal from the 5. Why are you running McCaffrey up the middle at a $190?
I know, Kyle.
Where you've got a
Please don't do that, Kyle.
235-pound
Please, we're begging you not
running
to do
back that can power you.
I got juice. I got TDP. I don't need to run Christian McCaffrey up the tackles with the entire line going to stack
That's exactly right. But Kyle doesn't have faith in rookies. He never has. And
Coleman, he's got Tevin Coleman.
Force him to.
Oh man,
this is going to force him to, and it's going to be a good thing. Honestly, it's going to be a good thing because then you can run Mason up the middle on those 1st and goals inside the 10 and just power it like he did against the Saints with 6 minutes to go. He was running 5-6 yards a carry, wore off 6 minutes on the clock. That's what you need to do.
The Saints.
So, you know what? I think this is a good thing, honestly.
I do too. If you could just get Kyle on the phone and just have a heart-to-heart with Kyle. You got other people.
I wish I could.
You got more options to run up the middle, Kyle. Okay. Christian McCaffrey weighs a little less than. Does Christian even go 200 pounds? Did you say 190?
He's a $190 at best. But
Strong.
That's not his game.
Anyway.
That's not his game. His game is throw a swing pass out in space and let him run.
This is what the first thing I would think. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to decoy or run up the middle. McCaffrey's going to juke out to the right. And before they know it, I got the ball in his hands. After that, it's history. Nobody's going to stop him.
Exactly.
You and I both know this. Why doesn't Kyle know that? Come on, Kyle. Stop it with that
Kyle
middle.
But he has no faith in young guys carrying the ball because he's afraid they're going to fumble.
He's got Tevin Coleman. So
look at the past. I mean, what was his name?
Matty B.
Matty B. One fumble, he's gone.
God, Kyle. But
I mean, come on.
Jesus.
So, I mean, I think this is a good thing. It forces Kyle to use his big power backs in situations where they need to be used, and we're going to go right down their throat. And Miami's not that big up the middle.
I know.
They're not.
They're
You can
finesse.
power them.
Yeah. Phil, I want to thank you for making me feel better. From now on, just take 2 Phil pills, and
Ronbo, we
bed
got
rest.
this one.
Yeah.
We got this one.
I think so. I want to believe it. I'll see. I mean, if I'm singing "Ooh La La" by the half, Phil, I'm going to be dedicated to you. Phil,
All right,
I'll see you Friday, Phil. Always a pleasure.
All right, man. You take care.
I'm having faith.
Liven
just
up.
You.
It's
I'm
good.
ready.
We're in good shape.
Got this. All right, Phil.
Be positive.
I am now.
All right,
Have a
man.
great night, Phil.
Talk to you
Looking forward
later.
to Friday.
All
There
right.
he goes.
Bye.
Phil, that man that can bring you right back down. If you're concerned about this game, fam, don't do it. Don't do it. Ellis, I know Ellis. Say, and Ellis, say hello to our people from LA. Oh, I'm sorry. Scapelli's Appliance Repairs. Time to beat some good teams. Let's go. Quest for 6. Thank you, Scapelli.
Yo.
Ellis.
Yo.
I'm relaxed now. I'm feeling relaxed. Feels right. Let's not overrate the Dolphins. I mean, they look like hell. You know what I didn't look? Have you looked at the schedule by any chance, Ellis?
Whose schedule? Ours?
Miami. And also, somebody mentioned that Miami's got a lot of injuries too, other than just those tackles. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm overthinking. Go ahead, Ellis.
Nobody of importance. I mean, they got Tyreek Hill, they got Jalen Waddle, Melvin Ingram's playing, Bradley Chubb's playing, Christian Wilkins is playing, Tua's playing, Raheem Mostert is still playing. I don't know if Jeff Wilson's playing. Yeah, I don't know if Jeff Wilson's playing. He may very well be playing less that. He got the knees.
I know, right?
You could not be seeing Jeff Wilson, which may be a good thing. Kyle may have gotten his wish. He was talking about him not wanting Jeff Wilson to play when we played him in a few weeks after they traded him. So
angry,
I think Kyle kind of cursed him. Maybe so it just worked out. The universe worked out for Kyle's wishes. But marketing pro. We know you guys are. We know you guys suck. You can blame it on injuries or whatever you want. We were the most injured team in 2020, I want to believe. And even in 2019, we had a lot of injuries. And we still were well over 500. So maybe try and focus on at least getting 500 maybe. So below 500, he's in the comment, he's complaining, saying, EMA, when the Niners going to beat a healthy team and all this other shit.
Michael, you can get no love here, man.
Boo.
We've already been there.
Boo-hoo. Yeah, Cry Me a River. Go play Justin Timberlake and play Cry Me a River on repeat. Yeah. Take a shot for me while you're at it. Anyway,
I still can't find Ready to Go. He told me he was in my Twitch. I immediately went over to check that.
He's ready.
Damn it.
He was ready to go. He's ready to go, and he's gone. So that's the point of his name. He's been ready to go, and now he's gone. So good riddance. Anyway, yeah, man. This is the one. This is the game that's going to, test us to, to the max up until this point. You know what I mean? This is one of the best teams on the schedule. I mean, the stars have aligned. Mm. Who wants it more?
Mm-hmm.
Which coach is going to? I mean, this is it. This should have got flexed. This should be a night game. This should be something that everybody can kind of look at, not be in the middle of the day with everybody else. This is the game of the week. I don't give a shit who else is playing. This is the game of the week.
And they flex the Chargers and Chiefs for next week. What? How about the 49ers versus the Patriots? Patriots, Tom Brady. How about the 49ers versus the Bucks? I mean, can't get flex. I want to get flex just one time just to get that respect.
We'll get flex. If we beat the Dolphins, we'll get flex.
Well, they've already said it's going to be Chargers. And I don't know which network, but I think they get into bidding wars for who's going to get Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if we beat Miami, we got a flex game coming. It might not be next week, but
it'll be the next 2-3 weeks.
You know the Bucks. Yeah. But anyway, this is a game, Ronbo. So I'm looking forward to seeing. You know, offensively, we need our run game to be going. I think Jordan Mason's going to get. He'll probably be looking at 20-something carries for his first start.
You don't think TDP's going to get any work?
That's what I think.
Tevin Coleman.
Go ahead.
You don't think TDP or Tevin Coleman are going to have anything to do with that? Because I want
Tev. I want Tev over TDP. I like TDP though, but I want to see Tevin, man. I wish Kyle would, don't leave him on the practice squad the whole time. Tevin is a good running back. At least let him dress, and incorporate TDP, Jordan Mason, because you're going to need. Who's going to play special teams? We can't have Jordan Mason, playing special teams. He's going to be taking all those carries on the offense.
That's right.
So he's got to have TDP probably dress and Tev for to get some special teams reps to cut Jordan Mason's in half, because he's going to need to have his wind and he's going to need to stay healthy for those carries. I wouldn't have him on special teams at all this game. You better put you better put Burks, get Oren in there, get all those other guys that we had. Was Kamoko Toure? What happened to him?
He's back.
I haven't heard nothing about Toure in a while. Okay.
They brought him back to the practice squad because they cut him when they brought McGill. Is that him? McGill, right? Yeah.
Yeah, T.Y. McGill.
Yeah.
Is that what his name? I think it is T.Y. McGill.
I think we got the last name, but I think everybody knows what we're talking about. But yeah. So.
Yeah. And he's looking good, man. I like that. I like that acquisition. That guy we got from the Eagles. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, but Ridgeway. I like him too. Yeah, Ridgeway, Hassan Ridgeway. I like him too.
He's getting better and better.
We're going to have to put some pressure on him. Yeah. He's looking really good. I mean, it's Kasurk. You know what I mean?
I know.
Everybody plays great under him.
And he gets into their head as well as teach them technique. Else we're going to go and be looking for you Friday because I know you got a plan on this score, what it's going to be.
Yeah, we need at least 30 points, Ronbo, minimum. I'll be honest.
I hope so. This team ain't like the Broncos or the Saints, so I think so. They're good, but not brutal. All right, fam.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, fam. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, always. Thank you for the platform.
Hey, thank you, fam. And shout out to that squad. I love them to death. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, we love you too, family. Thank you. And y'all know where you're at, man. So go ahead, dust your feet, man. Kick your shoes off. You know what I mean? Make yourself at home. Respect my couch, our couch. It's for life around here. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ronbo, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe too. Shout out to the faithful and it's going to be all right. You Rams will be all right. 2027, you guys will get some first round picks, like my man said. Shout out Chris Hansen. You guys are tanking so you can get some 2027 and after picks. So, maybe half a decade, you guys will be back or something. Peace.
Night, Ellis. Yeah, the Rams are going to be our whipping boy for the next 4 or 5 years. Seriously. They have not a prayer for the future. And this is what we talk about. Yeah, after picks, we talk about getting trophies. Big Show, yes. If those injuries continue and another big-name player goes down, no ifs, ands, or buts. Shannon needs to be on the hot seat after the season. Joe, and he's got to stop running McCaffrey foolishly. He really does. Christian is good for other things, and he does so much better. We got tough guys we can run up the gut. Fly guy. Fly guy. Fly guy, come on in, man. Fly guy, you got under. You was crawling like the military training. You was rolling up under the barbed wire yesterday. A lot of people had a problem with what you had to say. But I had to get you, Fly guy, man. Anything you want to say, your opinion, I'll take it. What's up? Because we got a lot of injuries now, and. Phil's got to be relaxed now because I don't want to give the Dolphins too much credit.
Those people in the chat and that was calling, they're the same people that when they pull you to the side and be like, hey, what do you think about this project I'm working on? And you be like, yeah, it's fine, because if you tell them, oh, you can fix this better, they'll be like, oh, you hating. That's what they're doing. It's like, you can't give them an honest opinion. It's like, I'm giving them my honest opinion about the way we playing. That's all. That don't mean I don't love the team. I can't be fake and be like, oh, well, we the baddest team. I'm just trying to be fake. I'm not being fake. I'm just giving my honest opinion. We're not playing good offense. Is we playing good offense, Ronbo?
I told people that. I says, no. He is not like the young refugee. He really does love the 49ers. Now, when he says something, it's coming from his heart. He means it. That's just what he's thinking. Yeah. So, Fly Guy, that's what I'm saying. You're all right with me.
And then today I was reading Tyreek Hill commenting about what Mostert said. You seen the tweet, right?
Yeah, I saw it. Most of your start and stuff. Yeah.
But everybody that was in the comment was saying, oh, he showing respect for the defense. He's showing respect for the defense. Yeah, he under our defense. But I'm like, I comment back. I'm like, in reality, you gotta think backward. He doubling down on what Mostert said, because at the end of the comment he put an emoji like he's trying to say that Mostert's trying to start something, but at the same time he's trying to double down of what Mostert's trying to say. Yeah, y'all in trouble, because people like think slow to me, like, y'all don't think. Come on, man.
No, I agree. Tyreek could have left that alone. You know what? You got a good point, because let that die. Why would you inspire a defense like the 49ers defense? Now, somebody even mentioned it too. Now the 49ers defense is going to come out the A game is coming now. But go ahead.
That's what he was doing. He's trying to double down on what Mostert was saying, but he's trying to say it in a nice way where people will be like, "You come on, man. Nobody's slow," because he know on Sunday they're gonna try to air it out. Like, they're gonna put points on the board. We gotta air it out too. Like, we can't be scared. This is football. So that's why I be like, Kyle, you be playing scared. Let's go. We can't be running, getting the players hurt. And I talk about that the last show. Like, if they put 8 men in the box, I'm like, Kai's gonna continue to run. Ronbo was like, no, we different.
The only reason I said that is because last game they didn't. The 49ers didn't continue to throw when they stacked that box. Run when they stacked that box. They threw that ball each and every time.
That's what I was saying. If we play the same way we play the Rams, we're unstoppable.
Well, now remember, the Rams, you can run against the Rams. You can run the clock out and run the Rams out. That's where you beat the Rams. Don't just clown them. Is what you're doing.
The Cardinals, because everybody had touches. We got the best tight end in the NFL. Kittle got no stats for the whole year. No stats. Zero. No stats. Come on. What sense do that make?
Well, he's not.
And we in December.
He's got.
I'm not saying zero.
Well, you got a big offense now. Now you can't focus on one guy anymore. Distribution is what's going to help us now. We need to keep defenses guessing. Like that game when we saw the Cardinals standing and not one, they actually looked confused to the point they were standing still. I've never seen that before. That's what you want to achieve.
Yeah, we gotta confuse them. They 8 men in a box, we air it out. They drop back, run it.
I tell you, I think the 49ers hope you put 8 men in the box now. That means Ayuk is going to eat. That means Jennings is going to eat.
They did that last week. They did that last week, and we never changed. We just kept running till we got two running backs hurt. Not one.
But remember, the 49ers, the offensive line refused to stop that defensive pass rush. So it was a little different there. We were lucky to get those points we got.
Ronbo, I'm going to tell you one thing, Ronbo. Like I was telling you before, it's not the offensive line. You keep blaming the offensive line, but it's not the offensive line.
If you want to throw the ball, you need to protect the quarterback at least 2 seconds, is what I'm saying.
No, Ronbo, no. Because if an offensive lineman know what you're going to do, you cannot block them. They know what you're going to do. They know you're going to run.
You mean defensive lineman?
Stop them.
You mean defensive
on third down, third and long, they know we're going to pass, so we can't stop them. Kai is not mixing it up. He's not mixing it up. You see how they play Bosa? Little chip there. They're throwing them off. running screen behind him, trying to slow him down. That's what we got to do. We're not slowing down the pass rush. It's just more third down, got back,
there's some
and
things.
pass.
There's some things we could do to improve.
Yeah,
But see, then you get into things where you got George Kittle, you got to keep him in. You got Juice out there doing a good job. You can't afford to put anybody else back there to help out. The offensive line has got to do better, though, Fly Guy. They cannot just get candy butt on every snap. They were just abused. Do you know, Fly Guy, do you know there were more pressures in this game than there has been all season from any team? Even Aaron Banks gave up 20 pressures. That is crazy. So, they've got to do better. They were tired from everybody says they were tired. They can do better.
Okay, but one thing I got to say, the more pressure you receive from the linemen, the easier you can score touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't know that. The more pressure you receive on whatever side they blitzing you on, the easier it is. You just set up a screen.
If you could get somebody to throw to. Like I feel your pain. I think you're going to be happier this week. I don't think the offensive line is going to look as bad as they did last week. I don't think they can look that bad again this year. So anyway, we're gonna go. I'm gonna bring your score on Friday, and let me see what you got to say then. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a great night. We'll go Fly Guy scared to death. We're gonna start just running the ball all the time. Actually, do you know what's so funny? Do you know the 49ers are throwing the ball more now than ever since Kyle got there? I saw that. I read it. I said, really? I hadn't paid that much attention. But you know what? It makes sense. When you got McCaffrey, we got Ayuk. Ayuk's having a red-hot year. McCaffrey's flying out. He runs the ball every now and then. We're running the ball a lot less than we used to. Big Show says, Fly Guy now knows how Big Show feels when you don't hold back your opinions. Welcome to the club. Hashtag welcome to the club. Big Show, don't you stop bringing it too. We'll welcome you there anytime. And Faithful Quest for 49, Debo and Kittle are down in Miami right now, looking for Snowflake. They're hungry for fish sandwiches all around for bang, bang, Niner gang. Thanks, Faithful Quest 49. It is time for, turn the house lights down, please. It is time for Papa Dragon.
What's off Ronbo?
Well, Pop, the one thing we could just hang on to is the fact that we actually have a Ram that's coming here to add to the fun by letting us know that crying about injuries, we should be grateful for the situation we have. Marketing prop, I'm feeling you, marketing prop. You got my sympathy, brah. Papa Dragon. I'm concerned. Phil made me feel silly. I think, Pop, give me your feelings on this injury situation and how it's going to affect us, if at all.
Well, this is a pretty deep football team. I think the biggest injury that affects us the most right now, especially for this game, because games come down to matchups. And the first matchup starts in the trenches. I'd be a lot happier, obviously, if I had my 6'5" tackle, my 6'7" tackle on a defensive line, because Tua's as a short dude. So getting him off the spot is going to be key. He's getting rid of the ball in like 2 seconds. So really, he's kind of like playing like a better left-handed version of Jimmy Garoppolo, except he's got more zip on the ball, a little bit more arm talent. So the injury thing is what it is. You got to play. You got to run with what you brung. It is what it is. We can all sit here and blame this and blame that on this particular team, but this has been a really off year in the NFL. More so for the NFC. Yeah. More so for the NFC. So offense is down across the board, but the NFC is just abysmal. Even if we lose this game, we're still going to go to the playoffs. But I think
because of the lack of talent in the NFC. That's a good point.
Huh? No, not necessarily. I think defense wins championships. We got one of the best defenses in the league.
But I'm looking at the records around the NFC, and people are barely above 500, except for a couple of teams.
We're going to go regardless, but hopefully we learned a lot from the from the Kansas City preseason game we had in September. So hopefully we learned a lot there. And I'm sure McDaniel's a smart dude. I think if there's anybody that's scary about Miami, to me, is McDaniel. Because I just think that he's just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go deep in the Madden playbook. So I think that dude's he's going to be doing misdirection. He's going to be doing screenplays. We're basically going to be facing a mirror version of ourselves with faster receivers.
And
you know what I mean? So
what do you do? Pop, this is the thing, Hill and Waddle. Now, I've seen a couple of games where it looked like they weren't doing much more than what we do. You chop it up the middle of the field and getting your guys out in space. But then that bothered me worse than them going deep downfield, going for a shot. Because here's the thing. You get Tyreek Hill 15 yards, maybe 10, 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage on a linebacker. The linebacker might as well have a chair. And after that, now all hell breaks loose. So, that worries me a lot.
No, it worries me a lot, too. I mean, maybe it's hard to say what's going to happen in the game because you really won't know until it happens. But the real key is can they get pressure with 4, consistent pressure? If they can do that, you got 7 in coverage.
Yeah, you got to have everybody back in coverage you can. The front 4 got to get it done. That's why Eric Armstead has to play. Yeah. The front 4's got to get it done, and the running game has to get it done. But this year, overall, people have committed themselves to saying, okay, we'll let Jimmy beat us, but you ain't running the ball. Yeah. So that's what's been happening this year. Yeah. And it's been exposed. You can't have your quarterback throwing 4 touchdowns one game and then 1 touchdown the next game and saying that, okay, we're ready to go to the Super Bowl. It's like ultimately, he's got to make some of those plays on the field despite Kyle. Now I know Kyle is part of the problem, but when you're on the field, you're the guy, you're the boss when you're on the field. Because what is he going to do? Bench you? Yeah.
Now apparently
2 minutes.
Apparently last week, Jimmy did change a play because that one play where he tried to run it in against like 3 defensive linemen. Apparently that was supposed to be a pass, and for some reason Jimmy thought he could run it in. So he did make that call on his own. But I'm talking like when you see Ayuk 1-on-1 on the outside and the safety's in the middle of the field, that's where the ball needs to go. Yeah. Just go. I mean, I don't care if you're not a good downfield passer. Throw it up anyway, because maybe you get a PI. Maybe Ayuk makes a play. You know what I mean? You gotta,
common sense is what you're saying too.
Exactly.
Don't you can turn the book over to Kyle afterward, and if he has a problem, you can talk to him. That play to Coleman that we saw early in the season, that was off schedule. That's what he needs to do more of.
Yeah. And my understanding is that Coleman's going to play, and if McCaffrey doesn't start, it's going to be Coleman who starts.
Yeah, I figured as much. And because Kyle, like somebody just mentioned earlier, Kyle's not crazy about people who haven't been playing very long. So Coleman automatically plays.
Disagree with that. This is why I disagree with that.
All of us do.
Last year, Mitchell was a rookie.
Yes.
This year, Burford's a rookie. You know what I mean? So I don't buy that for a second that he's like, oh, you're a rookie, get the hell out of here. No, he wants the guys who are like doing what they're supposed to do practice wise, and the guys that know their assignments. Then their coaches, they come to Kyle and say, Kyle, this guy's ready to go. This Kyle's ready to go. This guy's not ready to go.
But
Kyle doesn't have big
you
print on
mentioned
everything.
Some guys are exceptions because of exactly the reason you just mentioned right now. The coaches said, no, he's ready to go. So when we saw Trey Sermon sitting down and some other people sitting down, they were sitting down for a reason, other than what we thought. We thought I just hated rookies. Yeah, good point.
No, Trey Sermon's still sitting down too.
At home, I think.
He's still sitting down. So yeah, we'll know. We'll know soon enough. But it'll be a tough game. But I think that the Niners have more players, and I think they have more at stake. They're at home. Miami has to travel. A lot of little variables there, but really the key is can they get to Tua? If they can get to Tua, they'll be all right.
They're going to get him.
Because remember, we'll win a championship game just passing the ball 8 times.
Well, we've done that before, but we didn't. We had most.
Exactly.
Probably
The same.
bring it Friday. I'll be looking for you. See what else we hear from these guys. Like things
All
like
right, Ronbo.
Christian McCaffrey looked full speed today. Oh, yes, indeed. Boop da bop bay. Give us a bam and boom and Mrs. Dragon. All right? Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. You too. Later.
Thanks, Bob. It's a Papa Dragon. Very, very, very really high football IQ. That's a lot of people do, but I mean, Big Show also says no PD defenses don't win championships. We had the best defense in 2012 and 2019, and we lost both Super Bowls and FCC game in 2021. But Big Show, remember, foolishness will get you beat too. You got to know that game in you got Frank Gore. You got Frank damn Gore, and you're still passing the ball just inside the 10-yard line. We didn't give enough credit where it was due on that, or non-credit, because Harbaugh, that was okay. It's too late. Hey, Jalen, come on in here.
Ronbo.
Baby.
Man,
Jalen, we're sitting here.
shout out.
Go ahead.
Shout out, Fly Guy, man. I know how you feel coming in the chat. Sometimes you got people that love what you say. Sometimes you got people who hate it. At the end of the day, you love
That's
the
a big
team.
show, too. You got to get a shout out to him.
I'm not finna come in here all the time. Oh, the Niners are the best. Da 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 da. So like 4 years, we were straight dog shit till Jimmy showed up.
And
So
worse.
I'm not finna come in here all the time hyping us up like we just the best team. We haven't made any strides in our passing game for as long as I can remember. But I still love my team, and I'm gonna keep it 100 all the time. So this Miami game is big for us because one, it's a familiar face on the other side of the field, and it's another pretty much like a high-powered up-and-coming team. So it is definitely it should have been flexed. I thought it was gonna get flexed. I don't know how it did.
Who is playing Sunday night? I want,
I have
you
no
didn't have a
idea.
really bad record, and that game is getting flexed next week. I forget, one of the teams is good, the other team was just sorry. Oh, no, it's the Chargers. They flipped the Chargers and the Chiefs.
I thought the Chargers and Chiefs already played twice.
I think that's what I heard for next
they already
Sunday.
played twice. I'm pretty sure the Chargers and Chiefs already played twice, but Travis had like 2 touchdowns on them again.
It must be the Chiefs and somebody, because I could have sworn I heard him say the Chiefs. Anyway,
regardless, man,
like you
this
say,
game might be like the
Saints
Saints game last. Yeah, this game might be like the Saints game from 2019. I mean, that wasn't a Thursday night or Sunday night game, but man, that game was still probably the best game of that week.
That happens all the time.
Yeah,
the game they should have put on never gets put on.
Yeah, I mean, all we got to do, honestly, I seen Christian Wilkins. I don't know if he's in his contract year, but he's been playing like the best defensive tackle in football recently.
What name did you say?
Christian, the D tackle for the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah, he's been playing pretty good this season. So running we that Christian plays, he don't need to be running side. That's for sure.
Oh.
Why we have him? Yeah, why he runs outside, I have no idea. That's why you bring in those 2 young running backs who are lucky to be a part of a pass-happy generation who have not probably had more than 300 carries in college.
And the thing is, both of them got over 200 pounds going down the field high speed. So you know what?
Yeah, I don't know why. And with last year when they were talking about, the last call was saying he put Mitchell in, you got to remember, bro, like, we didn't have no veterans. I mean, I think Jeff Wilson was injured. Mostert was injured. So, I mean, all we had was Elijah Mitchell. That's why he got beat up so fast.
Came down to Elijah, yeah.
Yeah, remember last year, Ronbo, the running back was the strongest position for us last year, and everybody dropped like flies.
Oh, every year. Look at the running back pack we had this year. It's still big.
I mean,
but by week 14, we were calling people up at home, sitting on the sofa. Hey, you in any kind of shape? You want to play ball? But every year.
Like, what happened to our running game, Ronbo? 2019, it was running back by committee. Now it's, man, run them to the ground until the next person got to come in. It ain't even running back by committee anymore.
It's running back who survives now.
Yeah, it's who survives. It ain't who got the hot hand. I mean, hell, you saw how good Mitchell was playing. He played better than McCaffrey that Cardinals game. Why did he get the start?
Hey, nobody wanted to say anything, but he's outplayed McCaffrey as far as running between the tackles every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why we ran up the middle on that 3rd and 1 and McCaffrey got hit. As soon as he got hit, I said, damn. Like, he not meant to take those 3rd and 1. He like a Tony Pollard type of running back, man. He not between the tackles. He can't do that.
Mhm.
You need
That's
to put
it.
in one of those big dogs.
And Jalen, you're looking at a day where the offensive line is already getting treated like a bunch of weak little sisters. And you go run McCaffrey? Of course they're going to
Yeah.
beat his ass. As soon as he gets the ball, they're going to kill him. He ain't got nobody to
Yeah,
help him out there. I don't know what was it. I hope
Yeah.
that offensive line looks a little more powerful. They think it was because of the fact it was coming back from Mexico. Some people were saying it's just a
Oh
lag.
yeah,
Something.
that
It just
game,
really weared him out.
that's all it was. That's all it was, Ronbo.
Well, they better be ready this week.
This offensive line, I'm not gonna let one game discredit what they've been doing all season. For the most part, Jimmy's been held clean off the ground for most of the season. Like the offensive line's been doing their job.
Yeah, they were tired.
It's just
They'll be ready.
it's crazy how we expect perfection from the offensive line, but not from the entire offense. That's what gets me. That's what gets me how some people come in here and is okay with mediocrity, like 13 points in week 10, and we need to be preparing for playoff football. And we still have not made strides on offense. If y'all think we finna get another Packers game like we did last year, where we got to win in low scoring against the Vikings or the Cowboys or the Bucks, that's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not happening, Ronbo. You think Justin Jefferson is finna let us shut him down like we did last year?
No. We did shut him down last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said yeah. I say yeah. You know why?
why?
Because whatever formula the 49ers did last year, they got better secondary now. Well, as long as I got Javarius out there, I think I got a better chance to stop him.
I ain't really worried about too many teams. The only team I'm worried about in the playoffs, I told you, is Tom Brady. If we beat them in the regular season, I don't see Tom Brady losing in the playoffs. That's all I'm
Twice, I know,
saying.
right? They'll make adjustments.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, like that's all I'm gonna say, Ronbo. I don't want to see that man in the playoffs. I don't. I keep saying it. I don't. Eagles. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts, man. You take his running game around, take his running game away, and make him drop back and throw the ball. We're gonna see if he's really all that good. Yeah. Take his running game away and let's make him really sit back and throw the ball and see if he can make those reads against our defense.
You just play Commanders football, and we got the ability to do that. So
that's what I'm saying.
We got to go, fam. I'm looking for you Friday. Bring that
score.
Oh,
man, we out of time.
Yes, we just having too much fun. Friday, bring that explanation and points as why we going to win or lose. All right, Jalen.
Oh, yeah, we going to get this win. Man, Rams, y'all are ass. Cardinals, y'all are relevant. Seahawks, we came for that ass. Now we in the lead. Ronbo, let me get a anonymous shout out.
We'll change Jalen's name to the truth. Told the Rams. Jalen. And I see Tony Nagatani. Tony says, Papa Dragon hit the nail on the head. Pass rush with 4 will determine if the Niners win this week. If Armstead can play DT on 3rd downs, we will crush. And Tony, you got my feeling exactly. You don't want him to have lanes to throw into. That's the thing. Because when I watch the Texans dropping Tua into the dirt 3 times at rush, the hell? What's going on there? How are they doing that? If they could do that, the 49ers going to be worse. And Tony else says that the game will be flexed is Niners and Seahawks. That's already a Thursday night game, though, Tone. Get your groove on, get your groove on. Damn, I ain't talked to you in a long time. Defense should make Tua eat dirt. He's a Cowboys fan. I remember he did say that, didn't he? Tua himself said in I remember that he doesn't like the 49ers. Well, that's good. That's good, Tua. You know. I mean, they're nice people. I mean, you shouldn't just make judgments like that prematurely. That's called a prejudice. They're going to like you. They're going to be hugging and squeezing you all day Sunday. I really feel bad for you. Be careful out there. No offensive line on the right or left side. That's scary. Yo, it's T-Flow and Ali.
Hi, Ronbo.
Hi, Ali.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, T-Flow, man. We're sitting here. I was sitting here tripping earlier, but Phil made me feel foolish. So I'm going to stop, like, overrating the, because I've seen the Dolphins play close games. I understand that every time Tua plays, the Dolphins win. But I did see some games where he didn't have to win. He could have won either way, but the other team sort of messed up. Buffalo comes to mind. But enough of me to T-Flow. We got injuries. Are you concerned? Are you and Allie worried? Do you feel that there's need to fear?
No? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Allie, you can't put a question mark on it. That means you're concerned.
I'm worried. I'll tell you
Okay.
why I'm worried. All right. They got 2 wide receivers are about to hit 1,000 yards at week 13. 2 wide receivers can hit 1,000 yards this Sunday. They can easily hit. All they need is like 50-some yards and like 70-some yards, and they both hit 1,000 yards.
I know.
Our weakness in defense is the long ball. We cannot cover the long ball. Tua, they put up 29.5 points per game. We only put up 18 points per game outside of our division.
T-Flow,
With the 22 points.
I just want to make one adjustment on that. Listen, they're not getting, a lot of that yardage, they're getting it the same way the 49ers get it. A lot of that is yak. They got them dudes so they get out in space. When you get a guy like Tyreek Hill in the open, that's what scares me more than anything else. Him going way downfield waiting for a pass doesn't scare me.
Why?
It's when he gets
You
that
got
ball.
you got him. No one has the speed to cover Hill.
Well, I
Right? So
know,
we're gonna have to put a
but you could
bracket over
I
him.
could set a
You
safety
got
back.
Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is like Ayuk, who can route run, but way faster than Ayuk.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
They got
That's why they get that
they
ball
got
to those guys quick and let them do damage. They run T-Flow. They run the same. If you saw them wearing 49 uniforms, you wouldn't know the difference. They run the exact same style of offense. They
don't.
What? Every now and
watched
then they
their
let one
games.
go downfield.
They don't
Every
throw-
now and then.
They don't throw horizontal a lot. They throw vertical. They throw minimum at least 15, 20 yards per pass.
They tear the middle of the field up with them crossing routes right and left. You gotta go watch again. I'm telling you, that's Mike
because
McDaniel and
it's
Kyle's
it's
offense.
a zone defense. They throw past the first down markers, don't they? Right?
Well, yeah, but I'm still saying they're still tearing up the middle of the field.
But that's their yard, right? They throw past, like, it's almost like a West Coast where they throw past over 10 yards, bro.
49ers are doing that.
we throw
That's
mostly
why I
horizontal.
said it's the same exact offense. Jimmy, they stopped throwing
No,
5
but
yards.
ours is
They stopped doing 5
mostly behind
yards.
the line, swing
3, 4
passes.
No, well, they
5
do
yard
that too.
slants,
They do that too.
and then 5 yards. But not only that, like, everybody's talking good about Jordan Mason. I've been talking about Jordan Mason all since the beginning of the season.
Everybody was.
Kyle does not trust no rookie running backs. We all knew that. Everybody knew how good he was.
Now, wait a
the whole
minute. Wait.
team, but
Hey,
but-
T-Flow,
but
somebody
does Kyle put him
somebody
in?
just corrected that.
How-
Because last year Elijah Mitchell was a rookie. You just got to prove it to him. I think because I'm gonna backtrack on it. I think you just got to prove to Kyle that you could get it done. And
But Kyle runs everything. Kyle runs the show. He just wasted 4 draft picks to get McCaffrey. Ain't no way he's gonna put in a third running back and say, hey, you know what? I should have kept Jordan Wilson, Jeffrey Wilson. I should have kept him.
well, he probably
But
wishes he
instead,
did
he's
now.
like, nah, I'm gonna give a big bulk of carry to prove to everybody that what I did was a good move.
McCaffrey
Now,
does a lot more than
he's
run,
a-
though, Phil.
like,
McCaffrey does a
we
lot more
need
than
a running
just run
game.
the ball, though. We do. We
I
still got
know
running backs.
He does,
you
but
got
see, but the
Tevin
thing is,
Coleman.
we use him too much. Like
The
just
wrong
like,
way
just
we
like,
use
just
him,
like
too.
the we were saying earlier, you're in the goal line.
Yeah, don't
This
go much.
Mitchell, what you call CMC's only 205, and you're running him up the A gap.
Yeah,
What is he gonna do?
Bad judgment.
What is he
You
gonna
know,
do? We have
casting his quickness.
big backs. Even when Jeffrey Wilson was a rookie, we used him for goal line. Where was that when Jeffrey Wilson back in 2017? We used him. He had like 4 touchdowns. He had more touchdowns, I think, than George Kittle that year. I think. Like, he was just scoring touchdowns in the goal line. But then again, this year we got TDP and Mason goal line nowhere to be found.
Hey, you know what though?
Kyle
hold judgment on TDP because there may be a reason why he's not playing. Mason played, and Mason was not drafted. TDP was.
Yeah.
So there may be something going on there.
And also, too, the way these players are talking about Miami's players, it sounds like they're willing to run through a brick wall for McDaniels. And Kyle Shanahan, like the way our players has been doing, kind of throwing like little subliminal disses towards them. It seems like they'll like barely run through a screen door for Shanahan. McDaniels knows how to pump up the team. Like just like Tua. Tua said, you know what? He thought he was garbage until McDaniels gave him like a 70 page film about Tua saying, "Nah, you're great." And now look at Tua. He's undefeated.
But you saw that film where he told Tua that his mechanics sucked when he was in high school. So he has turned him into something.
but look at him. He's undefeated. But what does Kyle do? Kyle just puts you down. Nah, it wasn't my fault. Like, man, the plays are there. They just got to execute. They just got to do this. But McDaniels knows how to pump up a team.
He should have done that last year.
His play calls this year,
yeah,
his play calls this year are more creativity than Shanahan. Shanahan needs to show creativity this game because McDaniel knows everybody. He knows the defense's weakness.
Tiflo, they look exactly.
He knows the defensive weakness. He knows the defensive offensive strength.
True, but
and not only that, he knows. You know what? Kyle does not have.
We're going to run out of time. I know what you're saying,
cojones.
but remember this: they're exactly the same offense. This is what's interesting about this game. They're both running almost the same plays.
Because
look again.
It's not because he got one executing at 29.5 points per game, Ronbo. How is it the same offense?
They're scoring more points, but it's the same offense, Tiflo. Look at the game, and you tell me you see a difference. All right. But you and Ali, we got to go. Are y'all ready for the holler? I'm going to see you Friday because we're running out of time.
I'm going to go a little more longer, dude.
I know.
Hey,
the clock does seem to go by fast. It's
the same offense, but they're executing better than us. I'll tell you that.
Okay, well, that's what it's going to come down to this weekend. Who does the best job executing the same offense? All right, fam. And it could be them.
Nice.
I don't know. I got to wait.
Shout out, Ronbo.
T-Flow, Ali. Appreciate y'all.
Good night.
Night.
All right, Ronbo.
Night, T-Flow. Wait a minute. Is that a Raider emblem? Castro 007. Good luck, Niners. Hope y'all make it all the way. Now, see, that's not good because I have this thing going on with family members that are Raider fans and other people of the family members getting on me. And a Raider fan comes in and says something like that. I don't know what to do.
Like I said, I had parketry at
Okay, man. If that's the case that you want, mate, I can do that. For me, it's easy. Obviously, I'll just for the interest of your, the best for your floor. That's why I say it.
Yeah.
I can lay
just
the
got
floor,
a new house.
I can put the
And
skirting in.
apparently,
Bravo.
I was explaining what was going on. I said Tony just got into his new house, and apparently he's talking to a contractor. Tony, can you want us to come back?
Can you get me? Yeah, can you get me next caller?
We can do that. Okay, all right.
All right.
Get him straight on that, Tony. Don't let him mess up. Okay. Be right back. Yeah. Hey, yo, Howard, roof. Howard.
What's happening?
Howard, man, we're sitting up here, man. We're like, I always bring an extra bit of worry. By the time Tuesday, Wednesday flies around, I get over victories, and then I start being worried about, because this is the biggest test we've had this year. Although, even if we win it, people, oh man, y'all ain't did nothing, man. Look at the boy didn't have no protection. No, how many sacks did Nick Bosa get? 5, 6? And that ain't nothing compared to what everybody else got. Y'all came out of that game with double-digit sacks. You think you would have done that had he had both his sacks? See, Howard, I'm already ready. I already told my Raider family members, look, y'all, before y'all say it, they ain't got the tackles. You gonna still say y'all ain't played nobody. See, but Howard, that is not the way things go. What are you thinking? Because we got injuries. They got injuries. So what?
I mean, I would pay them no mind. I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is
what
the
NFL. Injuries are part of the game.
Yeah.
Ask the Rams.
Yeah, it is. Well, you said he's a Raider
Rams
fan?
got to get an amen.
Wait, he's a Raider fan, you said?
The Raider fan is one who donated, and also good luck, Niners. Hope y'all make it all the way. Thank you, Castro.
Well, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, I don't know what is the world coming to, though, Howard? My God. Okay. But Howard, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Man, this game right here, man. It's gonna be a doozy. Yeah, this game I have my qualms about it. Yeah, man, this team is. I don't know, man. I hear a lot of confidence in some of you guys, but don't get too confident over this game.
Not to the point of getting
y'all gotta
cocky.
remember.
Yeah.
You got to remember, man. Mike McDaniel came from this team.
That worries me to death.
He's been with Kyle Shanahan his whole career for 20 years.
He knows how he thinks.
Remember this. He knows how Kyle thinks. He knows what Kyle likes to wear. He knows what he likes to eat. You Nicky don't know how he likes to call plays? Come on, man.
You saw that example. You know, John Gruden, when he went over to the Bucks.
Perfect example, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
And the Raiders couldn't do nothing. There was no secrets. Animals of habit, creatures of habit. Yes, indeed. You know.
Yeah, that was John Gruden's system. They kept it in place. He knew all their plays. He knew all the checks. He knew all of the lingo. It's like, come on, man. Y'all can't act like Mike McDaniel was some dummy. Yeah, he may look like an all-city chess team player, but that don't mean he don't know what he's doing.
I know. Mike looks like an absolute nerd. You would never know his football brilliance.
I love him, though.
I do, too. I hate that he left.
Yeah, exactly, because he's very cool, laid back, chill.
And extremely cerebral. That boy is brilliant.
Very. Don't let that man fool you, man. That dude, that 5'5"
is Mike that
man,
small?
he will. I think so. I seen him stand next to Tua, and he looked like a midget.
Oh no, and Tua's not tall. I didn't know Mike was that little.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not that tall, man, but he has a very good presence about him. So I gotta get that dude credit.
Nah, his size ain't hurting him none, man. So you know, whatever happens this weekend. But at the same time, Kyle knows Mike too. So then you got the clashing of the minds that know each other, right? So it's gonna. I don't know. This is gonna be the over under on this game is what I would stay away from it. I make a bet on anything else, but I leave the over/under alone. I don't know
what kind of game. I don't know what kind of game it's going to be, but all in all, with regards to McDaniel, I mean, really don't have a pulse about what Mike McDaniel really does, like his tendencies and stuff. It's kind of new, you know what I mean? So he still could pull out some tricks. You won't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to do. He's going to try to show against Kyle. Come on, man. Like, you know Kyle is showing out with McVay, you know. So, he always did.
Rams, is that your coach?
Exactly. He's like, he be showing out, putting all the trick plays on the Rams, on McVay. He don't do that to Pete Carroll. He don't do that to Cliff Kingsbury. He do it to McVay.
Yeah. I mean, almost immediately upon it coming in there. So.
But yeah, man, this team got so much speed, bro. Like,
I know.
I can already see it happening right now. They're going to attack Jimmy Ward. As much as I love him, he is gonna get dusted if he's lined up in that slot. They're gonna put Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill on him.
See.
Put Trent Sherfield over there with Travarius Ward and run wild.
So that's why.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
That's what I was just trying to tell T-Flow, man. They ain't going to be, if you think they're going to be wasting shots going way downfield, they're not. They're going to do to us what we would be doing to them if we could. They're going to get guys like Waddle and Hill out in space, and they're going to run the field. You know, because once they get the
Run those
ball,
deep
if you're not right on them, you're not going to make that tackle. And now they got all that speed. Oh, like, D'Amico, what are you going to do? Oh, my God, it scared me again. Oh, man. J-Dub is going to get roasted. Who else? Who else had got? Demo. Oh, my God.
Amador, Lord have mercy. You saw him get smoked by Devonta Smith last year.
See,
my goodness.
How is this what I'm talking
goodness.
about? If Ambry Thomas, because Ambry Thomas has got foot speed, I don't know what's wrong with him. No, okay, fam, we done ran the clock. Howard, I'm gonna see you Friday. Look, see, I'm all discombobulated. See you Friday. Bring your score, Howard. All right.
All right. All right, big dog.
That Howard. Always appreciate you, fam. I really, it's all about getting Tua down, out of his space, out of his comfort zone. Get him out of that pocket. He's going to run a little bit. That doesn't mean anything. He's not that kind of quick. Get him. Don't let him start feeding Hill and Waddle.
You know what, Dad? We'll do it tomorrow. Just put everything underneath there, and we'll do it tomorrow, because I've got to let the pool run for at least 4 hours when we're doing everything. You know what I mean?
So it's fun watching you get that together. You're going to take a road. You're going to take a little time off rolling down the road to get these guys on point, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing
picking up Uber for Caleb.
You there, Ronbo?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Oh, is that us? Okay, I'm sorry, Tony. I thought that was on your end.
Yeah, no,
I'm listening. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing quotes for the floorboards. But this game, Ronbo, I was listening to Chill Kill Phil, and I don't want to wreck your happiness, but we've got to remember one thing.
Yeah.
This guy used to draw up the plays for every game.
I know.
Shanahan. All right?
Yeah.
And this is what worries me, okay? He knows his every nuance. He knows the verbiage. So Jimmy,
he wrote it.
Change the verbiage for Jimmy, all right? So because he's going to have a spy in the line there. When Jimmy calls something out, he's going to say, "If you hear this, this is what we're going to do." As soon as he sees us line up, he's probably going to know what we're going to do. Plus, I heard that how Shanahan's a micromanager, all right?
Yep.
That's another negative. He knows every single bad habit of Kyle. All right? And I heard when Mullins was playing, he called a play, all right? And Mullins threw the ball and got a completion. And this guy over the headset was like, "Who the effing hell is training this guy? What the effing hell's going on? I told him to throw it there. I'm calling the play again. Make sure he throws it there." But the guy that he was supposed to throw it to was covered. So Mullins did the right thing.
Yeah.
Apparently. Right?
Sounds to me like, because I didn't hear about this, but it sounds right. I've always said this. I've been telling people for years, you guys always on Jimmy. Jimmy's just doing his job as a company man, unfortunately.
That's right. And this guy knows all those things. What's his name? McDaniel.
Yeah, Mike.
Right? He knows all that stuff. That's what worries me. Now, it's not that we don't have the firepower to beat them. It's who's going to outsmart who in this game. That's the person that's going to win.
And that begs the question,
it comes down to
which is the sharpest between the two?
That's
a good question, actually.
This will reveal whether Shanahan is a fraud or he's for real. He's got to spank this guy. If it comes down to firepower, all right, we're kicking their ass all over the park. The only thing I want is two safeties out the back for those speedsters, and Talanoa somewhere in the middle of the field to cut the angle off, cut the throwing lanes, cover the throwing lanes from the quarterback. And I think, if we've got a couple of safeties out the back and Talanoa in the middle, cut the throwing lanes down for him, and Bosa can get up there and smack him around a little bit, we should be right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's keeping Talanoa uncomfortable in that pocket all day and make him get out of there and make some errant throws. Because otherwise, Tyreek Hill 10, 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage, getting the ball in space. Oh, my God. That's automatically 30 yards. Automatically.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, oh, my God, man. It's
Well, all we need to do is hit him once or twice in the rib cage, all right? Get them a little bit tentative so they're looking over their shoulder before they get the next ball. That's always the case. Yeah. And he's going to come up with some errors. You know what I mean?
I hope so. But I don't want to say Tua get hurt, but because he's fragile right now. But the 49ers are becoming like gangbusters. They do not want him to be comfortable back there in that pocket. And I have to watch the Texans taking him down right and left the other day after they lost their tackles. I said, wait a minute. What is this? Why is Talanoa biting the dirt so much? And then I found out he lost one of his tackles. Now I found out he lost two. Well, the Texans are good, but they ain't 49ers good. Oh, my God. Maybe we got something here. We'll see.
Kyle.
Tony? We got disconnected. Tony, you still there?
Hey, you got...
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. You got TDP. You got this guy. Stop running McCaffrey between the tackles.
I wonder if anybody else is telling him that, because everybody agrees. Why do you do that to him? You got bigger guys to do that with.
Exactly. You got bulldozers there to do that. This guy's more valuable,
coming on a slot,
running around with
passes.
Yeah, exactly. He's got pace. He's got and he's elusive. He's quick on his feet.
Yeah, let him.
You don't use a person that's quick on his feet to run between tackles, for Christ's sake.
Doesn't make any sense. Especially when you got other guys that can do that. I mean, if he was the only guy, okay. But yeah, Kyle, you've got 3 or 4 guys to choose from. There's better ways to use Christian McCaffrey. So, Tony's going to learn.
Man, if you want people like that, Ronbo, there's millions of them, thousands of them down here. Right, 6'4", 230, 40, 50 pounds. You run them all day.
And let them slam into people.
Straight down the middle.
How long I've been watching those? I've been watching that rugby league, but I've been saying, that guy would make a great running back because he has no fear. And you put some pads on him, and my God.
Yeah, put pads on him. Nothing that can run through brick walls. And they play for 40 minutes a half, Ronbo, no breaks.
I know it's all offense and defense. They both play both sides. Tony, we got to go. Let's get back to that beautiful house of yours. And as they say, Tony's like the ramrod out there. Tony, keep those guys going. We'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone and see you in the next chapter.
Appreciate you, fam. Cheers.
All right, brother. Cheers, mate.
And it's all out, Ronbo. How are you? We need this win. What do you think? Oh, we do. We're for a lot of reasons, especially mentally. Just need to win this game just to see if you're really as good as you look like you could be. Boom, 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 boom. George of the jungle, friends to you and me. Oh, watch out for that tree. Boom, 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 boom. George.
Ronbo.
That's what I like for you, George. I think I can go through that. You can tell I enjoyed cartoons way too much. That's why my mom used to get up and turn the TV off. Look, I want you to go read a book, okay? Because you know what? I don't need this. Ma, what is it? Because you're silly enough. George, we have the Dolphins this weekend, and I was hoping we'd come into this game fully stocked, but we're not. I had circled this game. You may have done the same thing. I had circled this game at the beginning of the season when you know how we do schedules every year. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. I did not circle this game. George, what are you thinking?
All right. Well, since you started there, Ronbo, let me skip on my notes. But let's just remember, I want everybody to chill. You mean to tell me when the schedule came out, Kyle Shanahan didn't look at this game and said, I'm going to prepare for that at the beginning of the season?
That's a good point.
I
hope he did.
We've we've all called in. We've all said, you know, Kyle Shanahan looks like he just wanted to come in here, try to win this game, you know, do this, make sure everybody comes out, you know, injury free and stuff like that. So we've seen those type of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for this one, he prepared, just like he prepares for the Rams. You know, so obviously we want the win, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this will determine a lot because that's one of his students. And, you know, a master doesn't teach a student all the tricks.
Sure.
You know?
You bring a good point up. He could use Mike's familiarity against him. I didn't even think about that.
And just like Mike McDaniel knows Kyle Shanahan, you think Kyle Shanahan doesn't know what Mike McDaniels is calling? Mike McDaniel. Verify that. But come on. They both know each other, so it's going to be one of those tough games, you know. It's not, and if it does become a high-scoring game, that's all it's going to be. If it comes a low-scoring game, it comes down to defense. If it's high-scoring, it's offense.
You know, and I hope it does, because who's got the best D between the two teams?
Yeah, exactly. And touching on offense, right? I do give credit to the whole offensive line. I do, you know, but I know that people say, "Oh, Aaron Banks hasn't received a sack." You know, I've seen highlights, I've seen tape on him and everything, and they go
Even
through, right?
Game.
But what does Jimmy do? He throws it away.
Quick draw.
Or he gets rid of it. You know, whatever it is, like it helps him. Because if Jimmy were to be the old Jimmy, because everybody knows this is a new Jimmy, right? Yeah. People are going to say, "Oh yeah, he's the same old Jimmy, same old Jimmy." Nah, he hasn't had an interception in a while. People are going to say, "Oh, the referees helped him on a few," but no, there were penalties. Yeah. You know, every excuse, you know. But we've seen a difference. He gets rid of the ball. That's the one thing that I've been praising him, because they might be wild incompletes. You're like, "Oh, he had him. He could have gave it to him." He's also looking to not get that player injured by getting cracked, you know, and stuff like that. So he'll throw it away wild, but it's still near the receiver, so it's not intentional grounding, stuff like that. So
he's making better judgments out there for sure.
So he makes the offensive line good, you know. So
yeah. And that's always been the case. Even when he was having one of his days, he was always good at getting rid of the ball quick, but not always to the right place and not at the right time. But something else, George. Now those receivers. Go ahead.
Before I get cut, you know, like one thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about was what's up with the revenge on the 49ers, the revenge tour on the 49ers. I'm the one that messaged you or commented on Sunday, and I told you, "Have you seen Contavious Street?" Like,
I know
dogging on us, man.
He was the most busiest guy in the game.
Right, Ronbo?
Yeah.
All I kept hearing was Contavious Street, Contavious Street. He goes down the middle, or he broke this. He did. He played a good game against us, and
he
went out there to prove himself.
Yeah. Damn it.
So I just hope these upcoming players don't do anything to us. So.
I know Mostert.
But the revenge tour has been for real.
Also, that other wide receiver, Mostert. Actually, looks like that Wilson might not be playing.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's just go out here, get that dub. We're going to be well rested. This short week made us come in and, you know, get tired. So we did well by coming out with the win.
Exactly, because you know what, I really believe when they say, like you just mentioned about Aaron Banks, I really do think the youngsters in their first year, they really did have a problem with going to Mexico, going to Colorado Springs first, hitting the altitudes, coming back. Understand that coming back on a Monday night game, it might have been expecting too much. Now they got all week to rest. Let me see what they look like this weekend so I can set my mind at ease.
Yeah.
Because I'm believing in that.
But yeah, just like every fan knows, this should be a primetime game. We do want to see this on primetime because this should be, you know, a chess match. But it's cool. We'll get a few more down the stretch. So,
yeah. Lots.
All right, Ronbo. Have
Thanks,
a good
George.
night. Thank you for taking my call.
Always a pleasure.
All right.
You know what? Because I love singing that song. Boom! Watch out for that tree.
For that tree. Oh! All right, good night.
Night, George. Oh, it was maybe more fun that ape George had that was like a Harvard graduate. Okay, let's not get into cartoons. It's Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz.
What's happening, baby?
I'm glad you called. I was looking for. I knew I was looking forward to you hearing from me Friday, but this is Shabazz. My concerns are probably not shared by you. We have a couple of people injured, but then again, so do they, and every team in the NFL. Shabazz, is there a reason for concern behind our injuries?
Not at all, Ronbo, because once again, Bazzini is finna speak. When Bazzini speaks, y'all need to listen.
All right.
I've been saying this, and I'm going to say it again. This is light work. Yes, everybody's concerned. Y'all scared of the nerd boy that Kyle hired. The person everybody in the NFL need to be worried about is the defensive quarterback, and his name is Fred Warner. Everything Tua checks to, Fred Warner is going to let Bosa and that defensive line and that secondary know. And we will, I said it first, have 2 turnovers. Bet the pick from Talanoa or Jimmy Ward, and Jeff Wilson will fumble the ball. And when we win this game, I want y'all all to call in and say, all hell Bazzini. Y'all out of y'all mind, man. Ain't nobody worried about my head.
I love some key points we brought up. And Boz, Shabazz, you know what? That's why I keep telling people they run the same offense we do. Fred and company see this every damn day. That's a good point.
Not only that, remember, the last 2 starts of the season, last year when we had a great year and this year, the only thing Grant Cohen and the media had to talk about is how Fred Warner and the defense was dominating our offense. Fred Warner know what Mike McDaniel's going to think before he think it. Fred Warner is an all-pro linebacker. I mean, y'all disrespectful. Name me an all-pro defensive linebacker in Miami. Name me an all-pro defensive lineman in Miami like Nick Bosa.
There's a question for the chat.
Name me a Funga in Miami.
Name me. Gene D says Josh Jacobs is a top 5. Oh, they're talking with somebody else. Oh, Gene D's trying to make up for that ass whooping they had. Gene D, nothing you can say about that. But go ahead, Boz.
Listen, when Fred and that defense dominate, D'Amico Ryan and our defense is putting everybody on notice come Sunday. Everybody on notice.
I forgot. Our defense is scary, really scary.
Our defense, Ronbo, we're the number 1 defense in the NFL. Did you forget that?
I know.
Number 1, not number 2.
Boz, you know what I get wrapped up in? I keep envisioning Tyreek Hill getting the ball a few inches away from the offensive line because you don't want to make the quarterback wait too long. Let's get the ball to him quick, and him running down the field for 40 yards. And people don't know, but that 1,000 yards him and Waddle have, that is mainly what it's from. Getting the ball to them in space, and they just tear your ass up. That's why
defense wins championships and offense sells tickets.
Yeah,
that's all to it. After this game, everybody gonna know. Yeah. Everybody gonna know. Hey, that 49er defense is what they said it is. Okay, everybody gonna know that. They're gonna be like, oh my God, and it's gonna be a good preview for TB12 the next week coming in. Like, oh my God, I got to throw this damn ball right away. But they gonna kill me.
I just hope Armstead's gonna be feeling okay. I need him to get warmed up this week and get ready to go next week. Mm-hmm. You know, so. Well, the great Bazzini's done it again.
Score now.
I feel so much better.
27-24 before we go in Friday. I'm calling it in Friday, and I'm telling y'all again to reiterate. Jimmy will throw 2 touchdowns. The defensive Mason will run 1. And good as gold will keep 2 field goals, and we'll win 27-24. Take Miami in the points because the line is 4. Bazzini has spoken. We're going to win by 3. But hey, when it happens, everybody's going to be like, oh, my God, who is this guy? Hey, y'all ain't been listening. Y'all ain't paying attention.
Boss
And I will
better-
call in first on Sunday when that's the final score.
Yeah.
And I will say, there it is. I've spoken.
Boss, you better. There's software that can't keep up with you. You made several great
No.
observations before the games recently, and you know,
No.
I do know the Dolphins have not seen what they're going to see Sunday from anybody.
No.
Right? So you know,
No.
as far as defense goes, especially. So this could be funny.
A little tour with his long, with his both his tackles out. Man, Nick and the boys is going to feast.
I know. I'm actually worried for him as far as that goes, because you know he was that picture of him laying on the field with his hands going into all kind of convulsions and spasms freaked me out.
Hey, well, you know what?
I don't want to see that again.
You and I, Ronbo, I grew up in the 80s.
Mm.
And I remember watching Ivan Drago.
Oh, yeah.
If he dies,
I was brave.
he dies. I will break. That's what it's going to be. Nick's going to be like Drago, and Tua's going to be like Apollo. Uh-oh. Running for his life. Y'all worried about the wrong things, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, this game right here, All-Pro Fred, everybody going to know. This is going to move Fred up in the top 25 right here. This game right here.
Because Fred's ready. This is his kind of game. Boz, I mean, the great Bozzini has spoken. It's always a pleasure. If you don't make it back Friday, I hope you do anyway, just to give us some more Bozisms. I'll be looking for you, fam.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Appreciate you, Boz.
All right, Ronbo.
Have a great
All
day.
right, Ronbo. All right, bang, bang.
Not a gang. Yeah, that's a movie when Apollo Creed, Rock, if you don't get ready for this guy, we'll kill you. What is it? You ain't got the eye of the tiger. Boom, 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 boom. Lighten up. Don't get me started. Bryant.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loudly and clear. Come on in, fam.
All right, 3 questions for you because I know you got, a full line of people, and, it's always great talking to you about keep it short and sweet. How was your turkey day?
Oh, it was turkey-licious. Sandwiches, unfortunately, they're all gone, but, I love Thanksgiving. Turkeys gave their lives for that day, and I want them to know that I really appreciate it. But, Brian, how was yours?
Mine was fantastic. Had some birds at my brother's house. He has a Traeger. We got to smoke them, and then I deep fried one at the house, and it was a lot of fun.
Ooh,
So,
I've
we still got some.
done that once. That deep fried turkey is amazing. Man.
Yeah, it was
That
fun.
has a whole
It was
twist
a lot
of
of
flavor.
fun.
But yeah. Well, good. Glad to hear that.
All right.
Christmas coming up, too.
All right, so
More eating.
my football question for you. Did you get to see that highlight of the 12th man versus the Raiders?
He's in here now.
Did you see the interception? And then the Seahawks returning it, and one of their men coming off the sideline and blocking.
Yeah.
The refs didn't catch it. They didn't see it at all.
Wait. What?
I'll send you the clip. I will send you the
yes.
clip. There's like a 50-second clip, and the Seahawks intercepted the ball from the Raiders this last game. And there was an excitement, the stadium's erupted, and one of the players on the sidelines from Seattle bolts onto the field and starts blocking as the Seahawks are returning the ball. The ref didn't catch it. How do you not catch a guy coming off the sideline? He was like literally standing right there, and they didn't catch it at all. There's something weird about that Seattle team.
And I bet you in New York they were not amused. They probably saw it. They don't want everybody to know about it, but the film's already out there now. But you can bet your life that those guys who missed that play, they will be evaluated because they get evaluated at the end of every year, right? The officials, you lose points enough. I think they have some kind of a punishment. Ooh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's funny to me because it's like I know we would go back and there's like the 2014 rigged game with the Seahawks, and they had to delay a game and it doesn't get called, and it's just really weird. Something in Seattle,
always something in Seattle.
Something about them.
Remember the Lions game when they threw that ball in the back of the end zone? That is an infraction, and they let it ride. I said, that's why I don't like to play in Seattle. All these refs are local, God. So
Yeah. And then, so my last question for you this Friday evening is, with Miami coming up, do you think it's going to be high scoring? Do you think it's going to be more of a, like a shootout? What's your really overall thoughts on it? Because mine personally, I don't see it being a blowout. I think it's going to be 28-21. I think we know them pretty well, and they probably know us pretty well.
Those Mike McDaniel
we seem to have a mix. Yeah.
You know what though? We have went over some things about that, and the theory is Kyle Shanahan, being the clever fox that he can be at times, he's going to play on the fact that Mike's going to anticipate things from certain things. He's going to switch things around. I just realized that is what you do. You think you know me, okay? And I just changed a little vernacular with my team, and you think I'm going to hem when I haw. I could see that being the case all day. Because Kyle knows, if anybody knows him, it's Mike McDaniel. Don't go out there running plays thinking he's not going to recognize it and that he hasn't already briefed his defense.
Yeah. And if Miami does the same thing, tries to, put plays out there that our defense recognizes, it's going to be ugly for them. All right, my bonus question for you, because there's one. Did Bosa jump at the end of the game?
He even says he did. I saw that, and I said, did Nick jump? I said to him, I remember saying, wow. I didn't say anything after that, but
it was really close.
Nick jump.
It was really close.
God, that was perfect timing otherwise. But I could have sworn there's a fraction of a second. Nick was a little early. I was delighted.
Oh, I had to watch it a couple times. I thought he jumped. I thought he did, but then
he said he did in the interview.
The first
remember?
time I'd seen it,
yeah.
I was like, oh man, it was just maybe perfect snap. But hey, Ronbo, thanks for having me on. And,
Always a pleasure.
If I get a chance, I'll call in on Friday.
Fun stuff.
And everybody stay faithful. All right, like and subscribe, and shout out to MC. You have a great night.
Thanks, Brian. Shout out to your fam as well. Yeah, Bosa jumped. He even admitted it. And the way Nick said it, yeah, I thought I jumped. So I says, that's a play we're talking about. Guerrero! Hey, he said, everyone needs to calm down. Who's the mastermind on the Sunday game? Of course, Kyle is. We will win the game. Ronbo, hey, Guerrero. I do believe it because I just know I'm starting to think the 49ers have developed a certain swag now. When you win ugly games like they just won last week, from a blowout the week before, even though people don't appreciate what happened last week, that shows character. The 49ers are not going down with a fight this weekend. This anybody can be sure of. And it's time for some Latino heat. Latino heat! Emilio!
Yo, what's happening?
Emilio, I know, and this is the kind of, when I run these kind of shows, I know Emilio's going to come in and say things like, man, you already know, Ronbo. Go ahead and run it down to me because I'm over here concerned about the injuries. Because I know you. I know you like Kyle knows McDaniel.
Dolphins have as much injuries as we do. They're not just beating up. And they're saying that Raheem is questionable. They said Wilson is questionable. They got two offensive linemen that are out. They got a whole bunch of injuries on that damn team.
I didn't know Wilson sucks. I mean, I know Mostert was having issues.
Yeah, no, I actually pay attention close to the Dolphins because I have a few players on my fantasy team. They're actually been playing attention to the Dolphins. No, they're it's this dude. It's the same exact. It literally is the same exact thing. All Tua does is throw slants all day. And
that's what I've been trying to tell people.
Waddle and Tyreek do the same thing.
Same thing.
What's name? Ayuk and Debo do. They do the same thing. They do end rounds. It's literally the same defense. You flip McCaffrey with Wilson. It's the same thing. Throw him the ball and he does the rest. It's literally the same defense. I mean, the same offense we play is the same he's doing. There's nothing different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
It's the
West Coast offense. Technically, it's what it is.
It's going to come down to
dunk the ball off, and the receivers and everybody else does the rest.
Yep.
That's
Get the ball in the playmaker's hands. That's what they're doing. And when you got Tyreek Hill as a playmaker in that situation, it is a little scary to me, Emilio. That boy, man.
No, the difference between him, like I said,
he is gone.
If you break this team down, That's the only area they're better than us is a receiver. It's just because Tyreek is their fastest guy, literally. That's their fastest guy on receiver. If you really break it down to the receivers, you look at our line, you look at our running backs, what running backs would you take? Theirs or ours? What receivers would you take? Our team is way better than, especially our defense is 10 times better than what their defense is. You see teams that play, teams are scoring about 30, 40 points on them almost every single time.
Yeah, they give up a lot of
points. That doesn't change.
You know something else, too?
No.
The pressure on Tua is going to be greater than he's seen most of the time, right? All he's going to be able to do is throw midfield. If we can keep that in front of him, or keep those guys in front of us, they'll make gains. I just don't want to get first down on every shot. Because Tyreek Hill is, God, man. Oh.
No, the best thing for us to do is try to is just what defense do with us. Keep everything in front. If you want to go short, go short. But you're not going to you're not going to try to beat us over the top. That's the whole thing. You let that go because you think of it. That's how we lost the Super Bowl. Everything was in front fine when they let Tyreek go. That's when everything got out of hand. So as long as you keep Tyreek and everybody else down, getting those a couple 10 yards here and there, you're good. You just got to limit mistakes. Make them make mistakes. Because this thing is more about it's going to be about our front seven trying to get to Tua. It's what it's going to kind of. You get to Tua, it's fine because
4.
You know what? Like I said, it's going to be the same thing. Jimmy's going to have to get the ball out quick because it's going to be the same thing. They get the ball out quick and let the receivers do their thing. And Tua's going to do the same exact thing. It's not going to change, nothing. It's the same damn offense. Like I said, that's why people keep saying this, and I'm like, no, it actually is the same offense. It's nothing different.
As I said, when you seen Tua going downfield deep, it's because the defense allowed it. This defense ain't going to allow him to have that much time to throw. And that's why I said if he gets that ball Tariq into space, that's what I'm more afraid of than him going downfield. If he wants to go downfield, please do, because you will be laying down. The Texans were killing him the other day. They had him laying down. I think the Texans.
Oh no, they hit it. No, they hit him a lot. No, they did hit him a lot. Hey, you just gotta think about it. They did hit him a lot, but it's just they just don't have the Texans don't have no really that tough weapons besides was it Parcell? I think his name is the running back. So
yeah,
they don't really have
he is good. They didn't
team.
use him enough. Yeah.
No, that's the Texans' best player. So their thing is run the ball. So, but they couldn't really do that too much. So, sometimes you still got to throw the ball. So, like I said, with us having Jimmy, just get the ball, get quick release, and like I said, just everything else is.
And then whatever they got on the defensive line, as long as the offensive line is not tired. And our guys are open quickly.
Our team is gonna be way better prepared than it was last week. Like I said, last week we had those other scenarios and still came out with the win. No, this is totally different. The guys are gonna be ready to play this weekend. Like I said, they're gonna be well rested, more practice, and be more ready for this. So Devo's ready. You see, Ayuk, all these guys are ready to play this game.
Christian McCaffrey is gonna play. So yeah.
No, he's gonna play. No, they say he's gonna play too. So no, he's just the only one that's not gonna learn to play on our offense is Mitchell. He's the only one out, but everybody else is good to go.
He was playing. He was gonna have a good year. But if we could ever keep him upright,
stuff like that happens. It is what it is.
And Emilio's usually right. So I feel better already. We've had enough people be right tonight that I trust that they know what they're talking about, that I could actually relax. Until Sunday.
Yeah, no, I've been watching the Dolphins all year. When you were worried couple last week, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's the same thing we have. It's nothing different. They only have one game better than us. That's it. It ain't nothing different. You think about what teams they've beaten, what teams they've lost to. It's just no. Yeah. There's too many comparisons down the line. And you also got to realize
they can't handle this.
Kyle has beaten almost everybody. He's done their proteges and everybody else.
That he educated.
The only
exactly.
difference is Daniels has been there the longest. No.
I love it. We're going to go, fam. I'll see you Friday. And you can tell me whether you want us to win or lose, or we're going to win or lose. I already know what you're going to say.
Of course I want. Of course we're going to win. No. It's going to be a good game, but no. Yeah. All right. Have a good night, Ronbo.
You too, fam. Appreciate you. Night, Emilio. Oh, God, the young yuck is in here. Hey, B Ham.
Yeah, baby, you know what it is, big dog.
Oh, I know. BM, I am sitting here entertaining concerns because I don't want to lose to the Dolphins because everybody I know told you, Ronbo, y'all ain't played nobody before now, man. Now look at you got your ass whooped, didn't you? I said, Yeah, we all have those kind of people in our lives, and they don't say a word. I can't find them from week to week. As the 49ers been on this win streak, I've asked their relatives where they. Hey, where's Jesse? I ain't seen Jesse in 2-3 days. He told me if you call, they'll tell him you ain't here. What? Okay, I'll be over in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all giving me hell, and when it's time for you to dance to the music, can't find that ass. That's fine. You know what? I'm going to take the high road. Let them fools talk, because I'm going to be talking last. I can see right now. But Beham, I was concerned about the injuries. That was going to be the topic of the night. But Beham, I'm not feeling that way now. The injuries, what do they mean to you?
I heard Debo had a hamstring, which
He
he's
always
likely
does,
to
though.
play. What's going on with Christian?
He had a sore knee thing going after the game. And so did Jimmy, but they seem to be okay. Christian didn't work out today, I guess for precautionary measure. But, because I know what you're thinking. I need Christian McCaffrey, too. I agree if that's what if that's where you're going.
Yeah. I mean, and being that we just lost,
Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, I don't know. Really. Hey, we went and got a quarterback. Look like we're going to need to go get a running back, Ronbo.
We always need to get running backs. Every year at the same time, we run out of running backs. Same time every year.
We probably should have made a deal for Derrick Henry or something. He probably won't get hurt.
God, don't give the 49ers Derrick Henry.
Ronbo,
Ooh, God
the
almighty.
only thing I can tell you is this, Ronbo. I always like to cheer on my Alabama player. But this week, I got to turn my back on my boy Tua.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, Tua is Bama.
Yeah. Yeah, he is Bama. He will light our ass up. He will do that now.
I seen his highlights. I know it.
I don't want us to hurt him, but I do want us to get him down.
He's wow. I don't want to see him get hit like that again. That scared me.
And what I seen since he got hurt like that, the ball is gonna come out quick.
Yeah, he's not scrambling so much. Yeah.
He is not. I mean, they had him scramble a little bit during the game last weekend, and he took a big shot last week.
He took 3 or 4.
Only like one.
Yeah,
he took one way and bent him all the way backwards, and everybody was like, "Uh-oh."
Ooh, I know. Ooh, that hit. Oh, that scared me. Oh, that was vicious.
Yeah.
The Texans was all over him. Oh, they were on him.
Yeah. So, the ball is gonna come out quick. They're gonna want to be some yak boys like us. We're gonna have to keep Tyreek and Jalen Waddle in front of us. If they get behind us, if we act like we want to get relaxed, if we want to get relaxed on putting that heat to him, if he mess around and you give him 3 seconds, he going deep. I'm telling you now. We don't need to do that. We need to keep pressure on him the whole entire game. They say Armstead is coming back.
Yeah.
Stuff to run and force him to where he have to throw. And when we know he have to throw, we need to light him up. Light him up because he deadly accurate. So even his short passes is going
right on
9 times out of 10 is going to be on the money.
And it's like somebody mentioned earlier. I don't know if you caught it, Abiham, but this is the defense Fred Warner and company play against. They run the same offense, almost identical. It's embarrassing to see how actually the same. They're running the same damn plays. The 49er defense plays against this every day. So you know what I'm thinking? Okay, see, there's nothing real new out there except different personnel.
With faster people running it. So now
that scares me
a lot. Faster.
Whew, my God.
So I'm not really worried about their defense. I really don't see anybody that can really cause some havoc, unless whoever it is that's they might be a pretty outstanding player. And they got a pretty outstanding player lined up on Mike McGlinchey, then I'm worried.
Hey, BM, you know what's so bad about that? He don't have to be outstanding. He just needs to be over there. Mike has got to show us something from here on to the end of the season.
You want me to tell you something that I've been wondering, Ronbo? You know, I play a lot of John Madden football.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this. And when I get on the game, I'm like, why in the hell do they got Nick Bosa lined up on the right side when all the first 2 years he played on the left? So I'm thinking, well, damn, if he lined up on the right side in the game, that means he got to be lined up on the right side in practice. That means he's not even going against. He's not going against Trent Williams. He's going against McGlinchey.
Because
so McGlinchey is if you're going up against Nick Bosa every day in practice, what the hell is you doing?
You know what? But what they ought to do is let Nick rove wherever he decides he wants to go. He's earned that, right? Wherever he wants to line up, just let him go line up there.
I've seen him alternate, but I just want to see. We just got to pray that Mike McGlinchey don't let the pressure get to it.
Do you know that Mike had the best rating last week against the Saints, which is hilarious? That doesn't happen often. But again, everybody else was the kids retired is what it was. Fam, we gonna go. Let me see you Friday, all right?
All right, my man. Go Niners.
Go BM. You rolling down the road right now?
Yeah, man, we about to get ready to cross that Alabama line from Mississippi, man. I was out in Texas today.
All right. And everybody needs to see Texas in the rearview mirror. Fam, I'm going to see you Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
right.
my boy. Be safe out there, brother.
You too,
Love
BM.
what you do.
Thanks, fam. Have a great night. There he goes, BM. And it's time for Terradome. Sounds like an Avenger, doesn't he? Terradome.
Hey.
Terradome.
Black to the bone, my home is your home now. Welcome to the Terradome.
I love it. Terradome. I was sitting there.
How
man,
we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. This is another reason why I love doing this program, because if I get alone with my thoughts, you know how passionate we all are about football, I terrorize and enter the Terradome a lot because I scare myself to death sometimes because I hate losing. You know, Terradome, I hate losing almost more than I love winning. You know what I'm saying? So as I sit here and look at ways that we could lose this game, I said, Tyreek Hill, they're running exactly the same offense we're running. If you get that ball to him in space, because if he's going way downfield looking for receptions, there's a chance he can get picked off sometimes. That's a low percentage throw for the most part. But that short West Coast offense throw is not low percentage. And you get that ball to a guy like Tyreek Hill and Waddle, God help us, don't let them get loose, sweet Larry. Catch them, they'll be like exhaust. You'll see nothing but the exhaust. Our guys running in it. Terradome, am I overly concerned?
I totally understand. What it is, you are a competitor, Ronbo. You are a dean. I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. If I had 15 or 20 hands, I'd put it together right now, because you're the dean of putting it together on YouTube, and you deserve to be respected. Well, you're a competitor, and it bothers you. A loss bothers you more so than a victory. It sticks with you more so, and I can identify with it, Ronbo. I know how it is. So I'm with you, and I'm here to deliver some pain medicine right now to ease your mind. Right now, I want to throw something notional, and I'm going to throw a term out at you and everybody in 49er land and the faithful land right now. I'm going to throw a term out at you. A term called nuance. I want everybody to say nuance. I'm looking back at their schedule, and I see some nuance in this thing. I'm going to get to Tyreek Hill and Waddle in just a sec, but I see some nuance in this thing. I see New England, they beat them early in the year, and I see they beat Baltimore early in the year, and I see they beat Buffalo early in the year in Miami. Now, what happens, my cousin played pro ball back in the day, and a couple of cities you don't want young men going to early in the year is Miami, Florida, up in New York, and down in Los Angeles, because young men with money often get in trouble in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. Amen. Glory to God.
Especially South Beach.
They took a couple of victories early, and if you look later on, let me throw some names out at you. They got on a streak against, they beat Pittsburgh, Detroit, Chicago, and Cleveland.
Ooh.
And then they just recently beat Houston. Ronbo, do any of them teams scare you?
Cleveland a little bit, but not much. No, as a matter of fact, you're right.
Them some, and then they got in shootouts with them. They don't really scare me either. So you done stole a few victories here. Are they really as good as everybody think they are?
You're right.
Let me couple with that on the nuance. They lost against the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Jets, and the Minnesota Vikings. I think with our defense, can't we go head-to-head with scores like 15-27? That was Cincinnati Bengals. 17-40, the New York Jets. Our defense is comparable. 16-24. Isn't that comparable with the San Francisco 49ers? That's what Minnesota Vikings went with. Can't we handle that? Can't we do that as the San Francisco 49ers?
Amen.
So we can't get hung up on the speed of Tariq Hill and the speed of Jalen Waddle. I ain't gonna disrespect it and everything, but they not running a track meet out here. It ain't gonna be no track meet. There ain't gonna be no starter pistol. D'Amico Ryans is gonna have these young men lining up, and we're gonna have Talanoa Hufanga out there. We're going to have the great Jimmy Ward out there. We're going to bring Mr. Womack out there. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. We're going to have the Psych Ward going, and we're going to lay some wood. We're going to bring Mr. Nick Bosa off the side. We're going to do some stunt 101. We're going to bring Ebucom, and we're going to bring everything we need, and then we're going to have some linebackers named Aziz. We're going to have some linebackers, and we're going to bring the law with us, and we're going to make it green. And then we're going to have a chairman named Fred sitting up in the middle. And we're going to line up in the rain, as New Edition used to say, can you stand the rain? Can y'all say it with me? Can you stand this rain? So we're going to put all that cute stuff aside, and I don't care who played for who was the apprentice, who was the student, who was the teacher. You got to line your 11 up against my 11, and I predict, and I'm saying right now, Mr. George Kittle is going to be out there like a WWE wrestler, and he's going to put his attitude against all the stuff that you got on the other side of it, and we're going to line our best 11 up against your best 11. And here's some nuance for you as well. The trading deadline for the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL was November 1st. What they did, I was screaming to have Mr. Jordan Mason out on that field all year long, and they wouldn't have Jordan Mason out there. And I noticed something, and this is some insider baseball on this. I said, why didn't they have Jordan Mason out there all year? Why didn't they have? All of a sudden, we got a sighting of Jordan Mason on November, I think it was 13th. I want to say November 13th. And he got a few carries down there, November 21st against Arizona in Mexico City. I said, oh, there goes Jordan Mason. What they did, Ronbo, they was hiding Jordan because the trading deadline had to expire. And Kyle failed to see that big husk that he had sitting over there wearing number 24 in those dreads, running like beast mode. And so now he done took it off, and now everybody can see it. So the rest of the NFL can be like, dang, we could have had that.
Yes, unveil the
he
weapon.
Unveiled on him.
Because he knew he needed it before the season was over. Darren, those observations are keen. I love it.
He was hiding them. He was hiding them. I know how it go.
I tell you,
we're going to have something
we got to stop.
So everybody put it to rest. We're going to have something for him come Sunday. We should have flexed out of him, but you know how the Cowboys are. They little, we'll deal with them in January. We are getting ready to make a statement. We already made one. I love pitching that shutout last week. Everybody put your heart at rest. We get ready to do some things. Sorry about this whooping. Don't take it personal. South Beach 49ers.
That was awesome. I love it. Get back in here Friday. I'll be looking for you. Will you please?
All right, my man.
All right, Turtle. Have a great night.
All right, God bless.
Back at you, fam. He had some incredibly good points, didn't he? Oh, Bethel. Oh, Bethel.
Oh, Ronbo.
Bethel, where's my door? I love your entrance. Give me the door on Friday, okay? Every day, you got to get at least twice a week.
All right.
Bethel, you know what? I started this program saying, okay, guys, we got injuries. Let's get together here for a group huddle and try to set each other at ease. Well, the group huddle worked. Bethel, I am no longer concerned or worried about the Dolphins. I was thinking they don't put their pants on one leg at a time like the average individual does. They do, don't they? This is not.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be so worried about the Dolphins. I mean, they're a good team, but as far as them coming in and handling and beating us up like the Chiefs did, that is not going to happen. I do not want Tyreek Hill caught in open spaces though. Him and Waddle. But what are you thinking?
Yeah,
about our injury concerns.
People have to remember that the coach, the defense coordinator that we have, Nico Ryan, only seen his play calls 1 year, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen Robert Salas way more times than him.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Salas kicked his ass.
I was getting ready to say,
and he should know him really good.
Yeah, and that was a lopsided beating. I don't know if Tua was there that game because everybody's saying
he wasn't.
Tua Tagovailoa
but the
has
thing
never
is,
lost.
The thing is that
we began and ended.
People make other excuses right there, but when we had injuries, we had people barely coming back, barely getting their rust out. We have all these excuses. Nobody mentions all that when we got our ass kicked by Kansas City.
They don't care.
So this is the reason why the Niners have to win this game, because they have to show why they're the number one defense. They have to prove the league why we're rated number one, and what happened last time was a fluke because of injuries.
That's right.
If we would have this team and you show out and you ball out, then you prove everybody wrong.
Yep.
But if you don't ball out and you let them put up 40 points, then they're going to be talking shit.
Yeah,
and they're going to say, see?
Yeah.
They're going to be talking bad.
All the Raider relatives in my family. See? And y'all come talking about, had you had all your people out there in Kansas City, wouldn't have beat you up like that. LA to beat you up. Y'all could have brought players from other teams. They would have beat that ass. You know what? I'll get back to you on this. And people try to say the same thing about this Dolphin Club, too. Same guys that gave me grief. So that's why it's another thing that's making me crazy.
No, they can't not say any excuses, because they said do not put any excuses. If you put excuses, then that's just an excuse why you lost. If that doesn't count for us, then that's not going to count for Miami.
Anybody else.
You can,
That's right.
Yeah, anybody else.
I agree.
We
can't get respect for
Aaron
that.
Rodgers. Yeah, like Aaron Rodgers said, if you could play, you could play. So he better put up when he plays, not make excuses.
And Bethel, like you say though,
that he was injured,
and even that D'Amico, I've this will seal our fate with D'Amico if he handles this defense, because he's already now being probably watched by several teams that want to pick him up next year. If he goes out there and handles the Dolphins, or you can see that he is the architect of why the 49ers succeeded so well, he is so gone. we might as well just, hopefully we can win it and get to the Super Bowl and win it, because that's it for D'Amico. And whoever comes in here next year, I don't know what they're going to look like or be like, but it ain't going to be D'Amico or Robert Saleh. Damn it.
Yeah, we're right now. We're not going to be worrying about that. We're worrying about
get one game at a time.
If we could make the Super Bowl and if we could win, and one game at a time. That's what we're worried about right now.
True.
So
and hopefully Sunday we can say things like, man, you know what, this game, I thought it was going to be, man, look at this. The 49ers put up 36 points and gave up 12. If that happens, this is going to be hard for me to do the after game. I'm going to be bouncing off the walls, man. You see some dark flash going through. I'm going to lose it. Because I'm sitting here worried about this. And, the 49ers may have developed a swag level that we didn't even know about yet. We'll see.
Yeah, and then plus, I was looking at something, and Fred Warner said, our offense bogged out. If Fred Warner, the captain of the defense, said that, and he didn't even care that they only scored 13 and they just won the game, if that's good enough for him, then it should be good enough for us. Yeah.
Yeah, people understand when Fred said that, it means a lot, because the fact of the matter is that was the hardest earned 13 points the 49ers have earned in a very long time. This is why some observers are noticing that as being the 49ers maybe the most impressive win of the season. The defense does what they do.
Yeah.
But for the offense to get past that point and having to do what they had to do with minutes left in the quarter, they had to depend on the defense, but they were under siege from the first quarter to the fourth. They got lucky. Whew, man.
Yeah,
but we still got it.
Our defense better show out, and
that's what they do.
Keep them under 20 points, and we'll be good.
Bethel, words of wisdom again. I always love you bring up points that I forgot about, and it's always brilliant. I'll see you Friday, all right?
All right, see you Friday. Hit the like, and let's go Niners.
Dave, night, Bethel.
All right, good night, Ronbo.
Hey, Tony, we're looking for Tony the other day. Let's see if he's here this time. Oh, Tony.
Ronbo, what's poppin'?
Tony, man, you know how we do, being football fans, you, me, and everybody who loves the NFL to death. And our whole mood is affected by from Monday through. That's the thing about the NFL. You got one game a week. If you're a baseball, NBA fan, or something like that, whatever happens today, they got a game tomorrow. No problem. Y'all get over this. But football, every week is precious. So you can't be over there messing up, because it takes you, if you celebrate for a week and you lose, it's a pain for a week. So
Yep, you can't get. Vince Lombardi once said, "You can't be too high, you can't be too low."
Yeah, you lose your mind. God.
Yep. Hey, Ronbo, we've been getting on Texas boy and Marcus.
I saw that.
I can't believe Marcus goes in there, man. Jay Tan said, "Hey, the Rams are dismissed." I said, "Yeah." And here's the kicker: they can't even get back in the game because next year they have no picks.
and where's all the money tied up? They've tied all the money up in about 6-7 players. So
and some of those players they're gonna get rid of, like we talked on your one show, Ronbo.
Yep.
This is one of 3 or 4 teams I believe is gonna get blowed up after the season.
Yeah, because can you imagine what's that linebacker Bobby? What's Bobby's last name?
Bobby Wagner.
What can you imagine Wagner? Listen, I don't want to make.
He said, "I didn't come here for this."
Yeah, I don't want to be impolite, y'all. But listen, if you want to move me, know this: I have no problem with that. In fact, I'm actually encouraging that if that's okay. Bobby, we got you signed. How many? They signed him for how many years?
I think 2.
Yeah.
I think.
So Bobby's going to want out of there.
Hey, Ronbo, who is Chris? Who is Chrissy Everett? I'm not going to call him by the name that's in the chat. I'll call him Chrissy Everett, the tennis player.
Yeah, I was going to say that Chris Everett's a famous tennis player. Jim Everett, wasn't he a Rams quarterback?
Yeah, that got schooled by the 49ers.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that's. Is there somebody named Chrissy Everett in the? I see a gym.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I refuse to call him that. I'll call him Chrissy, like the tennis player. Put on the skirt.
I don't understand why people come in. That's just, you're gonna get really slammed by coming in with a name like Jim Everett. Jim Everett's got a lot of nerve. I love it.
And the young Hannah Montana.
Oh, he's so
talking there,
ridiculous.
man.
I mean, he is a disgrace to the Niner Empire. He is absolutely a disgrace. The things I just didn't repeat what he said, but he really needs to take a look at himself. That is just disgusting. But anyway, Tony.
You know, Ronbo, what's his name is gone. Ready to Blow is gone. I haven't seen him in a while.
And I asked him, I challenged him, I said, ready to go? Because I asked Tony, I mean, not Tony, but Rudy. Hey, Rudy.
Marketing slow.
I don't know if he goes to Twitter or not. But Rudy, does Ready to Go have a Twitter account? Can you give me his address? I'd like to talk to him. It was Ready to Go came in a few days later. You heard about it. Said, "Yeah, you can find me now." Oh, really? I hustled over to my messages because I don't know who he is, right? I didn't see anybody there identifying themselves as Ready to Go. Ready to Go, come on, man. Come on, let's talk. Give me your Twitter account.
You know how they do, Ronbo. They hide. But Ronbo, this game on Sunday, do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game or low-scoring game? Since offensively, the teams are mirror images of each other.
Right? I just don't know how to, because they're gonna, both of them know how to they play defense against that offense every day, both teams, right? So I don't know. It's going to be about who executes best. Hey, boy, I
Ronbo, their offensive line
save
is
my
good.
life.
Their offensive line is pretty good, but I don't know who's out. They got
they got two guys out.
Armstead might play.
They got their left and right tackle. But they got the left and right tackle out, Tony. That's why I'm thinking it's almost unfair because you're not going to be able to do well with Nick Bosa if you don't have a good offensive tackle. So if you got two of them out.
Williams, they got the Eichenberg kid out of Notre Dame at left guard, and Robert Hunt, who I loved. He used to block for Elijah Mitchell at Louisiana Lafayette at right guard.
So I don't know, man. I tell you, I still know how to. They do have, because Tua was not getting lit up. I saw him get lit up against the Texans. And I'm sitting there watching that. I didn't know who you just mentioned a name. I think that got hurt, and I'm watching Tua get just driven into the turf one time, 2 or 3 sacks in a row. So wait a minute. The
Bengals got him too.
I said the Texans are that good.
Yes.
Well, he's going to be in real trouble.
But you guys got to watch out for Mike Gesicki, Ronbo, that tight end. He is very good out of
Penn State. I wanted him.
Yes.
I had him in my draft, my mock that year. My God, he's athletic. Whoa.
You guys got to cover him. I know you got Hill and Waddle to cover. You know, Hill and there's somebody else that they can get 2,000 yards. It's never been done, but it might be done this year.
Yeah. When was the last time a team had two? Well, no, the Seahawks had Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf.
No, I'm talking about one. I'm talking about one receiver getting 2,000 yards.
Oh.
I remember Isaac Bruce came close. Jerry Rice came close.
It's Tyreek, huh?
Tyreek, yep. And then there's somebody else too, but I can't think of who it is.
No, I mean right now.
Last year Cooper Kupp almost.
Oh yeah, I know.
He came up short.
But you know what? If I was rest of the Rams on that team, rest of wide receivers, I'd have been pissed off because I said, I'm out here in case you need me. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Who are you? Yeah, I thought so. You see that number? Yeah, I'm a Los Angeles Ram. I'm the flanker. Okay, because he didn't throw to anybody else. All he threw to was Cooper.
And the Aints beat up the Golden Boy so bad that he hasn't played since. I saw that he took a beating in that Aints game. Stafford.
See, people don't know.
He took a beating.
Hey, that Saints defense is the boys they're tough. They don't have any offense at all. But man, if anybody thinks they ain't got no defense, think again. That defense is frightening. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway. Tony,
Market and Slow got drinks from the chat. He's depressed.
I know. Y'all need to give me a break, man. We got injuries. We got injuries, Market. You brought in nobody giving us no sympathy.
If you saw us in the check, I told him, I'm going to tell you again, Marcus Slow, quit crying. Quit all that whining. This is the NFL. Nobody wants to hear you boo-hoo. You need to trade Cam Akers because you don't want to be there.
And then let Henderson go interstate just to make Akers mad. Tony, we got to go. Oh, I'll see you Friday, okay?
I'll see you Friday, and Marcus Slow, quit whining. We don't want to hear it. I'll see you Friday, sir.
Looking forward to it. All right, Tony.
Take care.
You too. And hey, Brian.
Speaking about the most dangerous team in the NFC, the law says know your role and shut your mouth.
Indeed.
What's up,
man. Well, Brian,
what's the focus tonight?
Originally, I was concerned about the injuries and how that would impact the offensive flow because McCaffrey. I was already panicking, and I'm already bothered by the fact that Mitchell is not coming back until playoff time. So I said, I don't really like this situation right now. I already am concerned about the strength of the Dolphins, and I need all my horses. Damn it! But you know what? I might have overreacted. I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable now. I think the 49ers can still deal with these guys.
Yeah, they can deal with it. Hey, Ronbo, let me address something. And this is for some of the callers that was on Monday night. Some of them, some of the callers, some of the 49er faithful, as they say. Some of the 49er faithful, they call in and then had the nerve to complain. They were complaining. During victory. I mean, you're never satisfied.
That's the second time we did that this year.
NFL. They practice too. They practice too.
And they get paid.
They were complaining. I'm thinking.
Yep.
I mean, it's like that. When you're gonna have games, you're not gonna blow it. I don't know not one team, and I don't even care. But I don't know not one team that just blew everybody out.
That's it.
Not even the greatest show on turf. They didn't blow everybody out. They had a tough, but they won. But they had a tough. It's what it is.
All kind of examples this year too. I mean, you watch the Commanders take down the almighty Eagles. You watch the Vikings get blown completely off the field by the Cowboys. It just but we're not allowed to have any. We need to calm down a little bit. Every game, every team has a stinker here and there.
Either we're not, either we not winning bad enough, or it's Jimmy's fault.
Yeah, one or the other. But Kyle's been added to the mix. There's three choices now.
Yeah.
Usually it's Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
whether
he
wins or loses.
This year, and even with this game with the Dolphins, I'm not worried. I'm concerned, but I'm not worried. And the reason why I'm not worried is because Jimmy G faces the number one defense in it. He faces the number one defense in the league every day.
Yep.
So you're facing the best. It's just like the 2000 Ravens when Trent Dilfer took over, and Ray Lewis made a statement says they when Tony Banks got hurt, or no, he didn't get hurt. He was just throwing too many picks, and they got tired of Tony Banks throwing picks, so they put Trent Dilfer in. And Ray Lewis was like, he's ready because he's facing arguably the greatest defense ever. So that's the same way with the same way with Jimmy G. Jimmy G, he's ready. I mean, and he's gonna make mistakes, but don't make enough where it's gonna kill us. Don't hurt your number one defense. That's another thing. Don't hurt your number one defense.
And then pretty good at that this year. So
right.
This is why I think there's no reason to be fearful. I'm fearful of individual players on that Dolphin roster. Is what it is.
Yeah. And then Ronbo, it's November. It's November.
Yeah.
It's November. Hey, every week is a battle.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just for positioning.
Yep.
It's about when we get to the playoffs. Our goal right now to get that number one seed, and we get that bye, and everybody come to us. We in third place right now. We in third place right
we
now.
the third seed?
But we're first in our division. But we first in our division.
No, but I didn't even know we were the third seed. We did leapfrog
Yeah.
about We've been leapfrogging teams the last.
Yeah.
Who's number 2? How many games are we behind the number 2 team?
I think
is that the Cowboys? The Eagles, Cowboys.
No, the Cowboys. Cowboys are like wild card. They're like in a wild card. They have them like in a wild card. But I think it's Philly.
Oh, they got to win I forgot you got to win the division.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're like right now. They're like in the wild
so
card.
So if we win the division, right?
Yeah, I think Philly, and I can't think of the other team, but I know we're third.
Yeah.
I know we're third.
I heard that too. I was trying to think of.
If it ended this week, if the season ended this week, we'll be third seed.
I did not.
So right now,
we played too many games last year. So yeah, as long as you stay out of that wild card spot. Yeah.
So our goals right now, I think our goal, they goal right now is to get number one, keep winning, get the number 1 seed. Let everybody come to us.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Get that number 1 seed.
Play 2 games.
And just play 2 games and win the Super Bowl.
No! And let it be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up OBJ. Thinking it's going to give them a chance.
And then everybody come to us and face that monster of a defense we got.
And I tell you what, you know what?
Yeah.
Like if that offensive line comes back to where it was, the way that offense has been grinding and clicking, I figure they're going to be razor sharp in about 3 weeks. The health is going to be the thing, but the way that offense is coming together now, I'll put them up against any team. But you're right, that defense has got to keep the other team at bay. Well, it's going to be interesting development in the next 3 weeks. So,
and
I wish I had.
And
Mitchell.
I heard DeMeco.
Damn it. Okay, go ahead.
And I heard DeMeco Ryans. I just listened to him. I guess he did an interview, or whatever, and he talked about how the defense has a swarm mentality.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's not certain positions tackling. When you're on the defense, everybody tackles. Everybody tackles.
Eats piranha.
And if you don't do it, then they're gonna find somebody. Even the corner, just because you're a corner or a safety, that don't mean you tackle. Everybody tackles.
Hey, Javarius Ward, one of the best in the league, is making them tackles. Brian, we gotta go. I'm gonna tell you what. I've been looking for you on Friday's show.
And until then, Ronbo, shout out to you, shout out to the production, and shout out to the faithful and the law. And I repeat, the law is out.
It is. Brian has spoken. Fam, looking forward to hearing from you Friday.
See you Friday, Ronbo.
All right. Have a great
See you Friday, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam.
Yeah.
And the Big Show has this to say to add to what he's already said tonight. We have a similar running program as Miami, but not offense. They predicate theirs off an air attack. You think so? They do throw a little more often than we do. Using automotive lingo, they have Porsche 911s as wide receivers, and we have Range Rovers. But you know what, though, Show? I see an advantage for the 49ers there because that's a lighter weight machine. If we really get physical with them, and also I do see the 49ers really knocking Tua off his marks. Because as I said, I watched the Texans taking him down one play after another. I said, wait a minute, how come? And then I heard about the offensive lineman. Really? Well, Tua this is nothing compared to what's going to happen to him when he plays the 49ers. Okay. Then I still got worried about Tyreek Hill, though. Hill and Waddle, man. Yeah, all I got to do is just get the ball to them 10 yards from the line, 5 yards from the line. Doesn't matter. If they've got an inch of daylight on right, left, or in front of them, oh, man. Steven and Rob, come on in.
What's happening, Rob?
Hey, Steven, man. I was a little concerned earlier, but you know what? Waddle and Hill have been contained by other teams, so I don't know why we can't. I'm sure DeMeco's got a plan for those guys. We're going to find out. Well, that was my concern, the injuries and the guys that were injured, And I'm finding out now that probably McCaffrey's probably going to be okay. But are you
Yeah, no,
worried?
McCaffrey is just. So I'm not really worried because McCaffrey and Jimmy Garoppolo have the same injury, which is knee soreness.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it really is. Elijah Mitchell honestly has a high knee sprain. He might need surgery, so that's kind of concerning. That is a possibility.
Steven,
But,
Steven, your connection. It's really muddled. I wonder if there's anything you can do about it.
Can you hear me now?
It's still choppy, but go
Better?
ahead. Let's see if go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay, so
Well, that's better.
like I said, Elijah Mitchell is a lot better.
That's a little better, yeah.
So Elijah Mitchell's injury, it might need some surgery on the offseason if we don't go too far in the playoffs. That's what we're looking at, because the fact that he has a high knee sprain, and they're not really disclosing of what the first leg of the season, and he comes back to the first game he played, and it's back to another high knee sprain. Kind of concerning. I mean, so that's something to kind of look at. But I have a couple of questions. I mean, I want to know where TDP's at on the injury list, because I know he's on there, but where is he at in the spectrum
on the depth?
coming back?
He'll be dressing out now, but see, and that's a good question, because I'm wondering, why is TDP an afterthought? You got Jordan Mason in there, and they say Jordan because of his special teams play. But TDP was drafted, what, in the second round, third round? Third round, right?
Yeah.
Something.
Yep.
Okay.
He was our third. He was our first running back selection.
Yeah,
Let's put it like that. He was number 1 on that list.
And early in the draft. So I'm thinking, okay. Now, we did this last year. It didn't work, so we're trying it again this year. Hopefully. And their TDP hasn't seen any action, but a couple of times. And you bring Jordan Mason in to go ahead and run the ball. If it's Jordan Mason and Tevin Coleman this week, you're going to know we've done it again. Trey Sermon Jr. is in the locker room.
I swear to God, I better not see Tevin Coleman. I cannot stand Tevin Coleman. That is one running back that I was happy we let go, and I've openly admitted it on every call that I've had with you. I was happy when they let him go.
We've had that conversation. We both had that conversation. Both agreed. I said Tevin Coleman has one team he can play against, and that's the Carolina Panthers. I said he's reminding me of Carlos Hyde, guys. What is wrong with him? He was better than that in Atlanta. What's going on with him? I was getting so upset. Tevin goes and finds guys to run into, packs of guys to run into. He seemed a little better last time.
Yep.
I don't know, but I got a feeling Kyle's going to go with him. He likes a veteran running back.
He's like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it to the one guy who loves to run right through a crowd of people and get nothing for it. That's kind of mentality for Tevin Coleman. Like, I want him.
I don't know what happened to him. He was better than that in Atlanta. He was, like, really good. So I don't know. Anyway.
He should have no excuse. But anyways. So going against Miami, I don't hear anything about their defense. And I think that's what's a little concerning to me, is because usually when the 49ers don't hear, usually with us, the faithful, don't really hear anything about, Dolphins defense or any type of team's defense, how they're good or bad or whatnot. It's kind of like a trap game. And I kind of look at this as a trap game, because what they're going to be focused on is Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, as they should be. But what they're not looking at is who else is on their team that can be a threat, that can show up at a random notice and put numbers on us. Who could put yards, who could, and we're going to play this lights-out defense how we did on the Saints, which, I mean, I can practically say we own the Saints now. I mean, how many times have we shut them out? 5 times?
4 or 5.
And we're the only team that's done that? 4 or 5 times?
4 or 5.
We're the only team that's done that.
Somewhere in there.
So that's why I'm like, okay, well, if we're going to continue this lights-out offense, we're going to need to do it in phase. I mean, I'm not really worried about Tyreek Hill, because, yeah, he's fast, but we've got someone who's faster. And he'll light you up. He'll light you up like a motherfucker, but he won't tackle you worth a damn. And that's what I'm really telling Noah. If you're not paying attention, if Tyreek Hill is not paying attention, and he catches the ball around, Noah's eyesight, it's over. He's getting lit up. He's going to get hit by probably the skinniest safety on that lineup.
I know. Talanoa, he didn't seem that small to me at the beginning, but he is lean. You know what, though? Talanoa in this case is also going to be valuable. You know why? He has this ability to anticipate where the ball is going before the quarterback even throws it. So now if he gets on that groove, Talanoa, along with the pressure he's going to be getting up front, might be enough.
Might be, not really. I mean, we also have Travarius Ward, we have Jimmy Ward, we have Greenlaw, we have Azeez Al-Shaair back, we have Fred Warner up the middle. It's nice. Our defense is stacked. It's our offensive line that I'm worried about. Is Spencer Burford going to be playing? Is, what's his name? Aaron Banks going to be in the middle?
You know what? We should give him a pass for this last game. Those youngsters weren't ready for this that trip to Mexico. One day, come back on a Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when they get 1 day of practice. They got a full recovery week, and I think they're ready to redeem themselves. I think that offensive line does a number this week.
I hope so, Ronbo. And I'm not really talking down on them, in a sense, they played like shit. No, Spencer Burford went out with an injury, and I'm only worried if he's going to be coming back off that injury, because I haven't heard anything yet.
They warmed him up today.
I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't. It looks like it's going to be Brunskill this week. I don't know how extensive that injury is or how long it could be predicted to last, but, Brunskill is definitely coming back.
Okay, so the only thing I'm really worried about, Ronbo, is Mike McGlinchey's side. Left side is perfect, as it always is, does well, always seems to do well. Center to the left always does well. It's the right side. And it's usually the exterior, the outer right side.
I know. Steven, do you wonder if we're going to be having this conversation and the Mike McGlinchey conversation continues? Because Mike, I don't know if they're going to renew his contract or going to re-sign him. It's going to be interesting to see. But then again, who else are going to sign? They don't have anybody else, unless they're going to draft somebody else or go buy somebody else. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Mike McGlinchey. We'll find out.
They could buy
if there's somebody else available.
Overall, here's the thing too. Overall, against the Dolphins, I'm a little worried because they might overlook them. Everyone says Kyle Shanahan always beats his. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, they got Chubb and I forget the other guy, but Miami's got edges. So, I don't worry about rushes as long as with the way Jimmy's getting rid of the ball now, and he's always got CMC if things are going south, which is why he's having such a good year. I'm not worried about their pass rush as long as the offensive line does a minimum amount of job. Last week wasn't even minimum work. So they should be fine this week. So we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Hey, but, Steven, you know what? We ran out of time. I didn't see the clock until now. Steven, you in Rome. Let me see you guys Friday.
I'll see you Friday, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it. All right, fam. Night, Steven.
Good night. Have a good night.
Thanks. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Rama.
Josh, the concern was about injuries, but as I said, as this program's went along, I have no longer any concerns about those injuries. The 49ers will be fine. They're going to probably throw more than usual this week because of the run game, or the lack of. But that's fine. I trust them now, especially now. But what are you thinking?
Well, and if you look, if you look at our whole season, we've been throwing it more than running it.
Yeah,
we have been a throw first team so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too concerned because I know no matter what the injury report says, CMC, he's going to play. They're just not going to let him practice. They're going to let him rest. He's going to play. Eric Armstead, I do believe that he will play this game. He's been practicing.
He probably wanted to play last week. You're right. They probably wouldn't let him.
Yeah, he wanted to play last week. And I'm not too concerned about Miami. Their O-line, they're injured right now. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. But what really gets my attention, it reminds me a lot of like when we have faced the Packers. Okay, it's just like Matt LaFleur. Every time we have faced him, we always whip his ass.
Right.
Same with Sean McVay. Everybody that has been around Kyle has taught them. He's took them under his wing, but he hasn't taught them everything he knows.
That's true. And if there's a high-powered offense, it's definitely Aaron Rodgers and company. And but we do the same thing to him. You kill
Well,
the
yeah,
quarterback
Mr.
and you kill the
MVP.
offense.
Yeah, Mr. MVP every season. When we face
every
him in the playoffs, it's always Aaron Rodgers. He can't be stopped. Look at their offense. Their offense is so dangerous. They do this. All the weapons,
Got a great run
and we
game.
always stop them.
They got Devontae. And where's Rodgers?
Yeah.
Aaron, you okay? God, I didn't mean to. Okay, I'll try to ease up on the next shot. I mean, they bury him.
I think it's going to be a really tough game, for both sides. I think now once, after Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson, Wilson didn't really say anything too bad about us, but Raheem, come on, man, dude. How many teams did you bounce around from? And we gave you a chance. We gave you a shot. We treated you good. If it wasn't for us,
I mean,
he'd be nobody still.
He didn't mean it like it was said. It's according to his latest tweet. It was about Tua getting criticisms, and
he started going backwards as soon as Debo put him on notice. That's what happened.
He's not playing.
Somebody
somebody said the injury report said he's not playing either. Oh, it was Emilio who plays fantasy. Mostert's not healthy. Neither is
No, I wouldn't
Jeffrey.
be surprised if he doesn't play. I wouldn't be surprised if Mostert doesn't play. Jeff Wilson, I do expect him to play.
No,
But Ronbo,
he's hurt
I
too.
think we're.
Yeah, he's hurt too.
Well, we'll see. They could be holding back until last minute of giving out the reports of who's going to be active and not. I think I think you're worrying too much on this. We're not facing the Chiefs with the injury depleted team
A bunch
on
of
our
guys
end.
out.
We got guys coming back, and Mitchell was only back for 2 games, so it's not like he was there the whole season, and now we're going downhill. We'll figure it out. I think what a lot of people aren't pointing out and noticing, how long has it been since we've seen Kyle Juszczyk, Juice, become a big factor in big plays in the season?
A few times, actually. Not it slowed down. But
Not
early on, he was
not as
being
much
used.
as not as much as he has been in the past. I think Juice is going to have a big game. I think Ayuk is going to have a big game. And I think Huff and number 7 Ward, those guys are playing phenomenal. I think they're going to hold down Tyreek Hill, and these guys aren't going to have big splash plays. I think we're going to hold them down. We got Bosa and Armstead coming back. Watch out. It is going to be a whole monster. They're going to get their plays in. They're going to have some explosive plays, but we're not getting shut out. They're not going to beat the brakes off of us.
Oh, no,
Our D is.
Out. But I just wonder how many points can they muster. You know what, though? I think this defense is going to really want to continue to protect what they're building now as a reputation. if they do score, it's going to be real slim. I can believe that.
They're going to fight for every point that they get, in a battle that they haven't faced at all this season, for sure. Definitely. And you know what? I'm predicting it right now. I predict Jimmy G, no interceptions this game, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got to get back to his
There
average.
you go, Hannah Montana.
He's got to get back to his average. And the offensive line's got to protect him again. One thing about Jimmy, he's had a lot of protection this year, and sometimes it was ridiculously good. When Jimmy gets to go through every read, when they show on the replay, they'll show that little red line that's expanding. Garoppolo went through the entire read and come back, and then he comes over here, and they're explaining. I said, because he had all day to throw. Jimmy must be like, damn, I ain't never had this much time to throw. So,
Oh, he's loving it.
Yeah.
He's loving it.
But anyway, hey, Josh, let me see you Friday, and we'll talk about that score. All right?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Josh.
Have a
great
good
night.
one.
You too, fam. And Hayden.
What's good, Ronbo?
Hayden, everything's good now. Some of these programs when we meet like this are therapeutic for me, because the fact is, as I said, I'm usually having concerns about things that people come in with refreshing antidotes to my self-destructive
Yeah, I feel like
thoughts.
everyone's talking about the whole Mike
our
former offensive
McDaniel.
coordinator.
Yeah, because you know he's smart, Hayden. That's what his brilliance is enough to cause worry.
Okay, my worry is he knows all our plays. That's my one thing that I'm like freaking out about. But
and he passes it on to his defensive coordinator, and they act
and
accordingly.
it's not. I used to trust Kyle a lot, but now he's kind of. He's not on the. I don't know.
He's kind of shaking your confidence a little bit.
Well, no, it was ever since he said the whole. I didn't really want Trey Lance, but ever since he said that in an interview and like basically said he didn't really know who to get.
You're right. So. See, I thought because they said early on that Kyle that was his pick was Trey Lance, and he says I was torn between Matt and Trey.
Like you need to know who you need.
You wanted
for
Mac
your future.
Jones. Big Show was right. I thought
everyone.
Really?
Everyone. Chris Simmons, everyone was right, but yeah.
So that means, Hayden, remember we heard in the locker room they says it was a rumor. There are always rumors, right? That the 49ers front office was having problems convincing Kyle Shanahan of something. And that was it, apparently. I says, nah, Kyle doesn't want Mac Jones. I was going over there, right? No, Kyle doesn't want Mac Jones.
And you know what I wonder? Like, you know how sometimes you'll be like, Jimmy, why did you not look to like the other field? Maybe Kyle's like, you have to go to this because like I don't know. It's like sometimes it just seems like Jimmy's ordered to throw at one guy only. Because sometimes it's like, why are you just looking at one side of the field? You know?
That's why I said 2 years ago I recognized this. Remember Hayden when Jimmy first came in 2017? How old you were able to comprehend then? Jimmy came out there. He was a full-on maverick. He was a gunslinging crazy man, and that's why he got signed. And then come in, learn the system. All of a sudden, he becomes this choir boy, this conservative. I'm doing as I'm told. I said, Jimmy Garoppolo's regressed. No, he isn't. That's the same guy. He's doing what he's told, and it doesn't look good. Nobody wanted to believe it.
I mean, but then he regressed obviously when he tore his ACL.
And then he loses a year of training, right?
Yeah, but Jimmy, is it like it's? I mean, it's obviously terrible. But if he didn't do that and we did good because I feel like we're gonna beat the Chiefs. I think we were driving. Anyways, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we would have got Nick Bosa. I'm being honest.
Yeah. See, one thing leads to another. That's exactly right. We don't get Nick Bosa. You can't win too many games that year.
And then Nick Bosa went crazy the year we went to the Super Bowl. It was every play pressure.
He's that guy that you don't have to wait for him to get better. He came in good, and he's still getting better. Nick Bosa's amazing.
And then he bounced back. Everyone thought, like, after he tore his ACL, he bounced back with, like, 13 sacks or something.
And the refs cheated him. Nick should have 15 sacks easily last year, Hayden. I mean, I every time I see where they're choking Nick out, I post it up on all over social media. See this? This is what
I don't even want to talk about the Super Bowl. That's like when the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl and there's penalties that they should have called on the Bucs. I was like, good.
Right.
Don't call them.
There was enough laundry on that field to be in a wash
Brady
day for months.
I was like, thank God. Because, like, there are so many penalties that they should have called on the Bucs. But I was like, you know what? Just let Brady win. I don't care. That's what they did to us.
I mean, they threw a flag on that Super Bowl. Mahomes was running for his life the whole game. And they're getting flagged for doing everything they were doing wrong. And I see,
or like when Jimmy got thrown
late.
out of bounds when he was already out of bounds. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl. That's a whole different topic. Let's talk about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That gets me irritated.
And anyway.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like we're going to win this game because think about it, okay? In the second half for 4 games straight, I don't care if they weren't the best teams, 57 points to 0. Ronbo, think about that. 57 points to 0 in 4 games.
Yeah, I know.
In the second half. But
The 49ers,
as long
that
as
defense is mean.
there's so many problems. It's like our defense is gonna show up every week, but it's like the offense just like I don't know, they just seem like I don't know. Maybe it was the short week, but
Yeah, no. It also
I feel like if we score like
because
I feel like if we score like 23, 26 points, we'll win the game easily.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just feel like our defense is too good. Even though Mike McDaniels knows a lot of the defense stuff that even though he was an offensive coordinator,
he was
he's
the
with
guy
the team obviously. So
he's what engineered some of those.
He's gonna know.
Yeah. So.
See, that's the worry though. Like he knows our team from in and out.
But we know him in and out too. See, so that's D'Amico played against him every day. So it's D'Amico versus him, and they're DC versus Kyle. So we're looking at the wrong way.
See, but who won normally more in the training camps? I didn't really look up that.
You remember we used to hear every day people as soon as they started, Jimmy got owned in practice again. So that defense. Robert Saleh beat the Dolphins this year. D'Amico's worse than Saleh now. We'll see. But anyway, we got to go, fam. Let me see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo. I'll see you Friday.
Good evening, man. Yeah. There's a lot of things to think about in this. I think they both know each other. But like I just said, it's D'Amico versus Mike. And who's a DC in Miami versus Kyle. That's what it comes down to more than anything else. And, both our DC, there's kind of an advantage, right, for the 49ers defensively. When I say that, I mean this. Kyle has been running this our defense has been running this for a long time. They know how to work with the West Coast offense, right? Mike, on the other hand, had to go over there and educate his DC, and the DC in turn had to educate his players. They've had a lot of practice this year, of course, but there's nothing like years and years of working against the 49ers offense, right? So I'm thinking maybe that could be a slight edge too, because Fred Warner enjoys lighting up our offense. Ask Ayuk, who they got into a fight. And everybody else on our defense knows, every veteran on our team knows what our defense does. So if Mike's going to come out there and run the same offense, that should, ipso facto, mean that it shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? We'll find out. Fam, come on back Friday. Be looking for you. Let's go ahead and make the predictions. Don't make them now. Think about it. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. And we're going to come out with a win. All that we'll discuss Friday. And you make the call Friday. Fam, thanks for the contribution tonight. Really appreciate that. Please, we love company. Subscribe so we'll see your lovely face again. The young refugee, if you want to unsubscribe, that's fine. In fact, it's encouraged. That kind of 49er fan is just, I've never seen that before. You are disgusting. Anyway, fam, and hit like before you go. I shall see you Friday. In the meantime, night.